Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. For me, I'm Hazel, 9 in the morning. Bright and not that early, but it's light outside. It's morning. I'm awake. I've got a little coffee. Kitty cat's around. She was playing interference on stretching this morning, so I'm sure she'll make it in. Aloha from Cowie. Aloha. Good evening. Welcome, Afashira. I hope you like it here. Welcome to my favorite first thing in the morning wow activity. I'm making alchemy stuff to sell. I was just scanning, my options of wares because I'd pretty much sold everything I'd made. I was just about, before I started buying mats again, about smack dab at 4 million gold. And I want 5 million gold because I'm greedy. So I'm making a couple batches of a few things. I'm going to do Convergent, Draconis, Shocking Disclosure, and then also maybe some healing pots because sometimes healing pots are just profitable. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. I'm using some lesser illustrious insights to guarantee some gold glacial furies. And I'm pretty pleased with that. So we'll start with that. Check that up. Good afternoon from North Carolina. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? How was your week? How did things go? Where do you feel like you are in your life? That might be a bit too heavy for first thing on a Friday morning. Oh, I have exultant incense to sell too. Oh, I guess I do have a few things. They blended into my bag. We can chuck 90 of those. We can certainly send all of those. That's worth about 130k. I'll be happy with that if we can sell that. Okay. Oh, and I transmuted a Dracathis that I don't need. And then the rest of this gold stuff we can put back up because I'm not going to craft any more that needs the gold for now. So we're going to post that and that and that. I wish it was as easy to buy and sell things in real life. I know that people do make money doing things like flipping things and selling on I don't know, eBay or Depop or whatever. People do it, but you have to ship things and you have to have customer service. And even when you're drop shipping, I don't know, man, it's not quite the same thing. I'm well, first actually, I have some boasting to do. What's up, Hazel Bud? Hi, everybody. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Alive and thriving. Shocking disclosure sounds like some sort of news report. Fresh off the press today. Shocking disclosure. We're going to make 1,000 of them and sell them to tanks. Getting back into retail. Professions easy to get caught up on. Professions are possible to get caught up on. Easy is a bit rough because a lot of your profession knowledge is kind of a week-to-week time-gated thing. And having more profession knowledge is going to give you more options as to how you can effectively make gold with professions. But it is doable. It's certainly doable. You know what I'm gonna make another batch of stuff before we do this. So let's do the shocking disclosures. I'm gonna make how many of those? 500 times 5. That's 25. That's a lot of them. Let's not make 500. Let's do 200. So we're gonna say 200 of airs and earths. We make sure we buy the right ones because sometimes I forget. 200 of these and then 200 of these. Sometimes I do the shopping math wrong and then I end up with extras of stuff. And then 1,000 of these. Make sure they are below 5 gold. They are below 5 gold. That's good. And then for 200, well, 100 would be 2,500. So 5,000. 5,000 of these guys. At least that price came back down. Auchenbloom was surging. Probably because of not me, but people like me that are just crushing 50,000, 100,000 of it off the auction house every single day. We got to make potions for the people. I hope everyone is wonderful today. Good morning, Hazel. Got KSM last night. The mount skin is so much cooler than season 1. Have you got it yet? Funnily enough, as it happens, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, I also got KSM last night. Look at this thing. Apparently, according to the mount journal text, the tail of it smells like a campfire, but the mouth smells like brimstone. It's got to have some sulfur going on in there, I suppose. Too many eggs. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one's way cooler than the first season. I don't know why. The frost thing was fine, but it just looked not as fun. This thing looks like it goes to metal concerts. It collects vinyl. It's got it probably DMs a D&D campaign. It has steins in the gaming room on a reclaimed driftwood board table for really no discernible reason. It just seems fun. This is friend shaped. I got KSM yesterday. Oh, hang on a second. I gotta scoop my cat box. 1 sec. Okie dokie, pardon me, sorry about that. Sometimes it's dire. Oh, what was I saying? I got Keystone Master yesterday. After basically, I had a very degenerate day yesterday. I pretty much played WoW all day. I streamed in the morning, and then I streamed in the morning, and then I, had lunch, went for a walk, and then I was like looking at my raid night and looking at my gear and thinking about what a bitter Betty I was about not having any of the new tier yet and how I felt like I was really going to need it for heroic progression. And then I kind of got talked into doing some more keys for some crests, and then Flabby started cleverly putting me into keys that were going to give me rating. And then I was like I had half an hour before raid. I had one key basically left to do to get Keystone Master, and I was like, fine, because if you get Keystone Master, and you get a free Omni token, assuming that you have not yet gotten 1600 in PvP or whatever on earth the raid thing is. Mythic, maybe. Maybe AOTC, I don't know. But, yeah, I finished my Keystone Master to get the Omni token so I could pick a heroic tier piece so that when a tier piece dropped, I could be like, excuse me, I have one piece. Can I please have my 2-piece? Because I needed it. I needed it real bad. So I did that. I cranked out the keys. The last one was a VP. Did a nice Pugged Vortex Pinnacle. I had to go in that one all by myself, but we made it out. 2000 rating achievement. Yep, precisely. Getting 2000 rating this season. I feel like, is it easier this season? I think this might be the first time I've gotten it pretty comfortably on week 2. Don't get me wrong. I did a bunch of keys. I pugged a bunch. I did some with my friends. I did some with just Flabby. I did a lot of keys this week, but I don't feel like I was really pushing myself to get KSM as much as I have in past seasons. I think 20s will be more of a push, but this was pretty reasonable with the way that they've set things up now. But I was fine with it because I got my free heroic tier piece. So I looked through the dungeon journal, and I looked at like which bosses drop which tier slots, and I picked the latest one in the raid. So Echo of Neltharion drops tier shoulders. And that's the last discrete piece. Like, then you can get Omni tokens from Sarkareth. But I picked shoulders because I felt like my odds of getting heroic tier shoulders, like just getting a heroic Echo kill anyways, was not going to happen this week or next week. So I picked my shoulders. And then I got, in our heroic progression, I got kitted the heck out. It was my birthday. It was Christmas. It was summer vacation forever. It was presents. I got so much stuff. It was just real lucky. And then I got some blessings from the loot gods. I got heroic gloves from Forgotten Experiments to go with my shoulders. So I officially have 2-piece, and it's officially awesome. It does huge healing. It was a huge HPS upgrade. I also had crafted my bracers yesterday during the day, so there was that. What else did I get? Because I crafted my bracers, I was able to put on this neck that I got in raid last week, and I've got it mostly upgraded from all the crests that I did during the day. I got this helmet from Assault of the Zakali. It's not tier, but it's got decent stats, and it could be catalyzed later. It's hero track, so there's that. And then I got a heroic Rashok's Molten Heart. So I'm living, and it's a good thing, too, because heroic Skarn progression, which is where we are now, smokes. It's hard. there's a very high healing requirement, especially the way that we're doing it now. I think we're still taking a lot of unnecessary damage, myself included, from either walking over traps or, stacking up too much with the embers. It's a very difficult fight to do cleanly on progression, I guess. So we have a lot of healing to do. And it's a good thing that we got some bonuses. One of our Restored Druids also got 4-piece last night during raid as well. So I was pleased with that. I think we were well set up to work on it. I don't think we would have killed heroic Rashok without all that healer loot that we got. A requirement to do a 15, just the score, but you may need to do more than 9s for that amount of score. I certainly have not done a 15 in each key, but I have some 17s and 16s that were balancing it out. I think 15 is the general squinty eyeballed benchmark for KSM. And then you're going to get more rating if you do the key on both Tyrannical and Fortified. So I have some extra score for some of them for having done them more. It's pretty forgiving, though. You definitely don't need to do 15s. I have lots of under 15s here. but it helps to have done a handful of them. Okay, so those are the shocking disclosures. Let's now make some Omnium Draconis. I noticed that was looking reasonable. What was it? Well, no, not that. That's not that much profit. Forget that. We'll do the Primal Convergent. Let's do a bunch of this. We'll do a big batch, and I can just sit on it. It looks like somebody's messing with the price again. I won't do that big of a batch then, actually. Let's just do 500 of those, make a flat 1,000. So we'll take 500 of these. Give us some time to finish up our coffee. Order. Air. You know what I can do is I can just copy that. Air. And that way we can go earth. Huh. There we go. Fire. And frost. I'll go smush all those together. I don't need to drop an incense because apparently the gold one is worth less than the silver one right now. Fire orb following you? No, that's a great question. What is the fire orb following me? Does it have to do with the evoker thing? That can't be right, can it? Mana Spring, Ancestral Stone Shaper, Aerated File, Alchemy Equipment, Niffin Contract, Visage, Well-Fed, Familiar Skies. It's not a pet. My trinket. That's Rashok's Heart? It just follows me around? Okay. I didn't realize I got, I didn't realize I carried a fire hazard with me. All right. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, just follows you around, I guess. The trinket's neat. It gives you, your healing spells can give you mana back. And then also like a little bonus to your healing. The mana back is apparently sick. I was unable to myself, and I was trying while wearing that, which is pretty nice. And then you also get, you can Versa buff people if you overheal them with it. Just generally a really good trinket. I'm gonna dump crests into that next. Although I'm almost Captain Wormcrest for the week. I only have, I think, 2 more. Yeah, I can get about 28 more. I have 2 more crests I can put together for worms for the week. Aspects I could do more. I'm definitely nowhere close to the aspect crest cap, but I've been capping worms fragments or worms crests because they are really, really useful. They're the ones that I've found myself limited on. There's some 5 minutes worth of crafting. Yeah! I mean, this might actually be 5 minutes. It's only 500 of them. Hi, kitty cat. Hello. You want to see the people? If you've never met her before, this is my cat. Her name is Kira. She is a feline. She lives in the house. She's really, really cute. She's a very sweet girl. Hi. She likes ice cubes and cuddles, and dislikes it when I leave the house. No, she's never been an outdoor cat. She's been an indoor cat her entire life. Hi. I did try to take her on walks on a harness back when I was harness training her before I moved, but she was already kind of losing her vision at that time, and she was not real comfy about it. She's not huge on new environments because she can't really see what's going on. Favorite and least favorite Mythic Plus this season. Oh, what's my favorite and what's my least favorite? There's some of them that I just haven't done as much. I don't feel as comfortable in like Neltharis or Uldaman because I've only been in there once or twice. Whereas something like Freehold or even Underrot, I've been just slamming back to back to back to back to back because they're fast keys. I know how to do them. Lots of people seem to have them. Hi. And there's mount chances from them that I need. So I guess by that metric, you could say that Freehold's my favorite. But I don't know if I dislike the other ones. I did a Halls of Infusion, and it was pretty fun. I just need to learn it, basically. I still have that anxiety that comes from knowing I don't fully understand the whole dungeon or the mechanics or what's about to happen. It's like sight reading music versus having learned the piece by heart. You can kind of sort of approximate it sometimes if you're good and if you've spent enough time sight reading, but you're always going to feel better when you know what's around the corner. I'm going to tell you what I saw on my neighbor's roof today. A heron flew up there and everything. Seemed like it wanted to eat the fish from their pond. Oh, I bet. That's awesome. I love herons. For some reason, I didn't think that they had them in Europe. I figured they just had storks. Maybe it's just a different word for the same thing. Heavily disagree. with outdoor cats. It's a very controversial thing. It's a controversial thing. Here where I am, I do inside cure. Been wanting to sleep for 15 years. After watching you for so many years, I did. It's finally done. Oh, congrats, Mrs. Muffin. Takes forever, doesn't it? I was looking at mine the other day, reflecting, like, man, that took a long time, and it's not even like a complete like skin covered sleeve. Like, I have little gaps in it, although I'm happy with my little gaps. But it took ages, ages and ages. Hair is getting almost hippie length. I know, right? I was looking at it this morning. I don't know if you can see. Probably not. There's like some little curls up here. I was looking at my hair in the mirror this morning and I was like, it's happened. It's messy. It's kitty. I'm scruffy. I about ready to whip out the curl gel again and see if I can do an in sync. Love seeing cats in my runs at the same time. I'm like, do you need a home? I've pretty much mapped out the cats in the surrounding neighborhoods and in all cardinal directions of where I live. And I will go on walks and runs in different directions to go see which ones of them I can spot. Small tattoo, cat, treble clef, violin, kid's name, can't decide. Hazel, scruffy games. Hey Hazel, where do you get all of your mats from? Are you buying from the auction house? I am buying from the auction house. I do have herbalism. And if I'm out doing anything and I see an herb, I'll probably pick it. I do like herbing. But if I'm just sitting down to craft, I need things in such quantities that it's really unrealistic for one person to herb them. I'll buy like 25,000 Hawk and Bloom in a go. I'll buy, 1 to 5,000 of any given thing. You could farm it all yourself and it would be much more profit. You would have huge revenue doing that, but it would just be insane amounts of doing. Yeah, I pick Hawken myself. I think people undervalue it because they don't appreciate the quantities that it drops in relative to other things. You might pick like 2 Ride the Bark or Bubble Poppy and you're like, yeah, these are worth like 20 gold each. Or, well, not 20 gold each, 10 gold each for like a Bubble Poppy. But then like you pick Bloom and you get like 20 of them. And yeah, sure, they're like 250 or 3 gold a piece instead of 10. But you get so many of them and they're everywhere and they're reducing the cooldown of your elemental thing. So yeah, I stop for them. I know a lot of other people don't. And I think they're wrong. Do whatever you want. More Bloom for me. It's I also just like picking any herb. It just makes me feel like I'm gardening, I'm foraging, I'm outdoors, I'm living the dream. It's immersive. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. Hope there's an actual cat map. I mean, there's no material. There's no written record of this because that might get quite creepy. Because these are people's cats. They're cats that have homes that live indoor/outdoor. And I give them nicknames depending on their appearance and their demeanor. And I'm sure the people that have these cats would be if it's one thing to just be like, oh, hey, I know there's a black cat that lives on this block that's like very sweet and likes to be pet. And it's another thing to be like, this is their name and they're out at this hour of the day. And if you go here on a Thursday, the owner's not home. There's a line between cat viewing and stalking people. So I try not to stalk people. I like hearing of Wario and his wows. I have not seen a Cat Cafe documentary. Saving time, buying them from the auction house. For the quantities that I'm crafting at as well, I find that for stuff like this, if I'm making a potion and I'm going to make like maybe 8 gold a piece from each one, you could maybe farm the mats and make 100 of them and then you would have a decent amount of gold. But I usually, if I think I can sell it especially, I'll make things in huge quantities because as long as you can sell them, there's really no downside to just making things in absolute bulk. It's really just as long as you can deal with letting this run for. So stuff like tepid versatility in particular, whenever it's profitable, I know I can sell basically as much tepid versa as I can make. So even if it's only like 4 or 5 gold a piece, I might make 10,000 of them, 20,000 of them in a day. Particular cat who comes to say hi. Oh yeah, there's kind of different tiers of how friendly and or wanting to be visited with the different cats are. A lot of cats will just want to watch you. Some cats will kind of approach you, but they wanna brush up on you. They don't want you to touch them. And then there's cats that just want to be loved and to chat with you, and those are really cute. There's a handful of those in different directions. Preference to leveling professions simultaneously with regular content. Wait and focus on it afterwards. I usually try to do the current expansion's profession. If I'm gonna mess with professions, I usually try to do the current thing. I don't mess too much with older expansion profession stuff. I know there is gold to be made there, but I'm really lazy when it comes to selling things. I don't like having to relist things a million times. That's why I usually wash out a transmog selling every time I try to get back into it. So I would much rather sell something that's really in demand so that even if the margins are a lot slimmer, I can sell a lot of it. Lovey-dovey cats are wonderful, but in my experience, rare. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know 5 of them, and I probably see somewhere in the range of 25 to 50 cats, and maybe 5 of them are like, oh my god, come here, I need to love you. But I know exactly where each one of those live. There's one of them that's really cute. She'll run like down a whole block if she spots me. And I feel extra flattered because I'll see her watch other people walk by, and then she sees me and she's like, oh yeah, that's my girl. And she'll come see me. And it's just my favorite because I don't feed her or anything. I just pet her and say hi. And it's very magical to me that she's interested in that. Okie dokie. All right, we're going to sell all of it. That is that's fine. We're just going to chuck it up and see how it does. I think this is, it's coming down. Someone's been messing with this, but I'm going to, sure. Yeah, we'll chuck it up there. What else did I want to make? It was not a good tepid versa day, but I was going to try and do some healing pots just to kind of restock both myself. I only have 10 left, but also like a nice big batch of those. Like it's not that much profit per craft, but these are pretty cheap to make. And they are pretty, well, usually I can sell them. That's actually a surprisingly low sale rate. The region sale rate number at the bottom. Anything that sells pretty well usually will have a digit in the first column after the decimal. A 0.02 kind of sucks, actually. I'm second guessing myself now. As a comparison, a tepid versa, let me see. Tepid versa has a sale rate of 0.29, which is much better. It has something to do with the likelihood that your thing will sell within, I don't know, like a day or something like that. Now, 19-year-old cat is an old grumpy man. If we all start selling the stuff you sell, would we mess with your market? Probably a little bit, but this is a region-wide market. All the stuff that I sell... Oh, tepid versa is up again. Yeah, okay, we'll do that instead. All the stuff that I sell is selling to all of North America, and I have no delusions that I'm the only alchemist in North America, so there's plenty of people in the market. 2,000 of those. Yeah, we're just going to make a bunch of these, and then we're going to say 2,000 of these. Because what is gold for if not investing? And then we need 16,000 of those. Yeah, there we go. Looks so bad. Thank you for the 4-month resub. Wow. More wow. More wow. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the clock and head out to do the leftover slime thing at 10. Because yesterday, I only got 1 slime in the morning when I did it, but I went back and did it one more time in the evening. And I actually had a 5 slime drop. So now I'm 43 of 50. The end is in sight. I can almost taste the Goeey Snailemental mount. So I'm going to go back and do it again at 10 and see what we can do. All right, we have that. I do not believe I need to drop an incense for this. Inspiration value is very low. I'll drop one anyways just to find out. So we go from 13 gold 77 average profit per craft to 13 gold 91 average profit per craft. It's a pretty minor margin, but that's okay. Let's just make a ton of that. Also, let's see. Shark Saw with a 17-month resub. Appreciate it. Hang on a second. Found male cats to be more lovey-dovey. I've heard that stereotype, and it's been the exact opposite of my experience. Almost Of those 5 cats that I found that are really friendly, only one of them is male, from what I can see. Maybe I'm just misjudging it, but I have always found, I mean, I think it's just kind of random chance, but I've always found female cats to be really, really sweet. Someone said they resubbed. Twitch didn't announce it. Oh, I'm so sorry, thank you very much for your resub. Also a Sperry. Oh, that was yesterday. Is there still a neutral auction house? I feel like it's just a link to the regular auction house now, because the auction house became cross-faction quite a while ago. Goeey snails don't taste great, let me tell you. You guys have Goeey ducks there? It's like a type of shellfish, I think. It's one of the things that you basically can never harvest here because of the red tide. There's like a neurotoxin that ends up in all the bivalves that there's certain times that I guess it's worse than others, but I just don't harvest bivalves. Like your mule cup. Oh, thanks. It's a Tim Hortons coffee mug. Well, I guess you could put whatever you want in it, but it's from Tim Hortons. And then I guess not really irony, but the fact of the matter is that it pretty much it always holds Starbucks coffee. Or, sometimes I'll buy local coffees if they're on sale. But if they're not, I pretty much just buy bags of Starbucks coffee and make that at home. And that's kind of my go-to. So I pretty much always have Starbucks in my Timmy's cup. How long does it take you to get that many mats? About, what are we saying, 90 seconds? We buy them on the auction house. We don't farm all of this. You can get more gooey slime killing the boss realm hopping. That's how I got mine one day. Yeah, I've heard that. I've had gooey duck sushi. It was chewy? Oh, I understood none of that question. Here, let me Google this so I can understand my own question. What is a gooey duck? It is a Pacific, it's a geoduck. So they're not called gooey ducks, they're called geoducks. They look revolting. It's a species of very large saltwater clam. Common name is derived from an indigenous word. Okay. All about the geoduck. I have always heard people call them gooey ducks. They're huge. It looks like an onion crossed with a phallus, honestly. No, gooey duck is correct. Okay. It's a Pacific Northwest thing, apparently. Yeah. Not really my thing. But yeah, apparently a Pacific Northwest thing. Googling a pig. Yeah, careful doing that in an office. People might think you're looking at something else. I did not find the book. We opened every vault this week. We did not find the book. Good news is we have another 110 keys, so we've got at least 3 more weeks worth of opening the whole place before I'm out of keys, and then I'm going to be sad. Hi, kitty cat. Timmy's not nearly as good as it used to be. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. That's okay. I can stand to make my coffee at home and eat less donuts, I suppose. They don't need to be a key part of my diet. They live like 140 years, so you eat them in like 3 seconds. True for a lot of things. Maybe I'm not 140 years, but yeah. Oh, that is a lot of keys. Speaking of a lot of keys, did you hear that I did my Keystone Master? Look at me go. I needed my free Omni token before raid so I could get 2-piece, and it worked. I'm a 2-piece raider now. I'm very excited to do keys this weekend to see what healing my normal Mythic Plus runs feels like with with 2-piece and with this new trinket. I think it'll be really good. Look at you be all efficient. That's why thank you. But it's from what I've come to understand, Heroic Aberrus has some healing requirements, especially in progression. I think it'll get cleaned up a lot as we get better at the fights and as we face them faster. We killed 3 new bosses last night. We killed Forgotten Experiments Heroic, Assault of the Zakali, and then Rashok. And then we're working on Skarn. We put probably an hour into Skarn. Maybe a little less, but a good amount of time into Skarn. But Skarn's tough. Skarn's hard. How will the set bonus change your playing? It's really cool. Basically, what it does is it gives your 2 set bonus, makes your Spirit Bloom apply an 8-second hot for 40% of the healing done. It also just flat buffs your Dream Breath. So you got to make sure you're Dream Breathing a lot like normal. But basically what it does is it makes your Spirit Bloom apply a hot. So the way that changes things is before, our old tier set was basically buffing a reversion. It was basically giving you things that would proc off of reversion crits and increasing your reversion crits. So what you used to do is you used to use a bunch of temporal anomaly, a bunch of echoes, and then put out like a ton of reversion haunts and then get procs. And now what you want to do is use your temporal anomaly and a bunch of echoes and put out Spirit Bloom on a ton of people so that they can all have that huge haunt. It's massive. It's basically like a divine hymn, but you can do it every 20 seconds. Unfortunately, in between that 20 seconds, you're not doing anything. So it doesn't always, you got to kind of figure out how it fits into the fight. You got to figure out how to set it up effectively without like burning your echoes too early and then not having anything for Spirit Bloom. And I was also trying to like weave in, make sure that I was doing the right things to get that tucked into my stasis, to do that every 1.5 minutes. It was very kind of not mathy, but very piecing the blocks of the cooldowns together, being like, well, I can do temporal anomaly every 13 seconds. I can do this every 20. I've got this every 1.5 minutes. I can kind of verdant embrace dream breath every 30 seconds. That's twice a minute, but I can do the verdant one more time. It's very kind of figuring out how to use all your buttons as much as possible, but in the right order so that they do the right thing, which is a fun challenge. And if you get it right, you do bonkers healing, which I appreciate. So apparently my 4 set makes it even more fun, where after casting 4 empowers, you get basically you get Essence Burst, which is just a proc to do a free either Echo or Admiral Blossom, just a Essence Spender. 1 free Essence Spender, and then another one 3 seconds later. And I don't think I'm smart enough for that. I think I maybe will get like a weak aura. Maybe I'll get a weak aura that like counts them so I know when it's coming. But I think for the most part, I'm just going to play like normal, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, look, it's an Essence Burst. And I'll just get an extra Echo for Spirit Bloom, and that'll have to be enough because I think my little healer brain might just snap. It might just crumble into cookie crumbs. Stack up if you echo it like Ignite. Like onto one person? Probably. I don't know 100% for sure. I do know that... Do I still have my details up from last night? Let me see. Details from last night. Let's look at a... This is our last vigil. Let's look at a good one where I actually did something decent. 116, 108, 110. I feel like I started out stronger than that. I feel like I had a couple 130k pulls earlier. Maybe not. 111, 107, 98, 108, 116. Yeah, we'll look at that one. I lost it. We did pretty good in Rashok as well. There we go. Second to last one. We did 116k HPS. And when I look at the breakdown of it, basically Spirit Bloom, which I think Spirit Bloom, which I guess is broken down into the cast, and that you just have like a lot of them because there's the hot, there's the echo, there's the actual heal itself, and then Dream Breath, and then Anomaly, which I'm using to put Spirit Bloom up. It's just, that's almost all of my healing. Molten Radiance, there's 4% of my healing came from my trinket. That's pretty good. But like Reversion is way down here. Golden Hour is way down here. Dream Flight I need to use a little bit more. I could probably stand to get rid of this ring. It's not awful, but it's not great. If I can get like a really good one. But yeah, it is far and away the biggest part of your, it's a huge thing to play with. Not a bad diversity of spells, exact opposite of last tier then. I wonder if I can find, yeah, basically. I wonder if I can find a Forgotten Experiments wipe. So this is before I had tier. This is because I got my tier from Forgotten Experiments. So this breakdown here, assuming that that's the same thing. Yeah, so I did 80k HPS, which is less than 116 before I got my tier piece. This would also be before I got my Rashok trinket. And there you see my Reversion is doing a much bigger part of my healing. Golden Hour is a much bigger part of my healing because that comes when you revert on a bunch of people. Apparently Time Dilation was... I didn't even know that healed. I thought it just kind of delayed it. And then Dream Breath is a big deal. So yeah, it's just basically a huge flat HPS upgrade to get your 2 set online. Annulet's still really strong. Not worth trading until like 440-ish rings. Ugh. All right. I guess so. I don't know why I hate it so much. It's not like it's active gameplay. It's not like it's making me do anything. I just have this perception that my amulet is like icky, stinky, old gear. I don't want icky, stinky, old gear. It's yucky. I don't know. It's fine. It's 424. It's doing its job. Apparently it's doing a couple % healing. That's decent. I'm so happy to have this trinket, though. I need another trinket, and apparently all my other next best trinkets... Let me show you the questionably epic. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. Questionably epic. This is the healer site, by the way, to find things like which trinkets do I want and which embellishes do I want. We look at Questionably Epic Live. I'm logged in on my evoker, so I can see things for me. So it'll tell you things like which embellishments are good for you. These are the two that I'm using. I'm using Stompers plus Arm Guards. These were very expensive, but I'm happy with them. You go back and you can find things like your upgrade finder, best gear set, whatever. Trinkets. There's Rashok's Molten Heart. That's the trinket I got last night in Heroic. Very happy about that. It is massive, and I'm going to be upgrading that. I'm going to be dumping my crest into that. It's huge. And then my next three trinkets are all pretty close together. My second trinket could be really any of these three. You've got the Screaming Black Dragon Scale, which is a DPS trinket that drops off of Kazara. You got Neltharion's Call to Chaos, which is kind of a DPS trinket. I don't know. Drops off of no idea. Actually, maybe Echo of Neltharion? I'm hoping it's from a key. I don't know that for sure. And then this Ominous Chromatic Essence. I don't remember where these two are from. I think that they're all kind of technically... I think it's going to be hard to get them. Basically what I'm doing is I'm doing Devastation Vaults. I changed my loot preference to Devastation before I open up my vault to try to get this one in particular. It does, like, the on-use effect does damage, but it's a really strong healing trinket apparently just because of the crit and the leech, I guess. They're just generic trinkets. I think at least one of them is not part of my vault loot table. I don't know which one specifically, but I think at least one of them is not part of my vault loot table, unless I'm Devastation spec'd. The other two, I think you just have to fight the DPS for them. Rainsong is really good. Rainsong is down here in spot 7. That's from VP. I've heard good things about that, but it definitely, at least for me... What about the deep dive? What does it say? Solid haste trinket, lean support heavy, molten heart, massive package of mana healing and Versa to give out, high uptime stat stick, good for every healing spec, very rare drop, so yeah, good luck getting that. And then Neltharion's Call to Suffering, procs off of healing spells, downside's not included, but it isn't too dangerous. Okay. Rogue Priest, Death Knight, Druid, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for as far as trinkets go. So I'm pretty much open for my second slot. I am currently wearing a Broodkeeper's Promise, a 411, which is okay, but I could really use a second trinket. Don't see how they're going to be able to avoid the Rashok trinket. Avoid what? Nerfing it? Oh, nerfing it. Yeah, I hope they don't. Listen, healing's hard in there. I'm having a tough time. Give Hazel a break. Let her keep her overpowered trinket. You're giving up the possible decent healing trinkets like Rainsong? But Rainsong is ranked 7th for me. I don't think I want a Rainsong. I think that's the only one that's like technically a healing only trinket from the vault slots. And I think that there are many other trinkets that would be better than Rainsong for me. Opinion on Og? Yep. I think it looks cool. I'm not that invested because I don't plan on playing it. It's not a healing spec, so I'm more interested in seeing how it affects the groups that I'm a part of, but as long as they don't decide that they don't need me anymore, I don't think it's really going to be that big of a deal for me. Don't think Rashoks will get nerfed until 10-2. Hope they don't nerf it unless they don't let me get it, in which case I hope they nerf it. Alright. How many tepid verses do I have? Approximately 2,600, 2,700 of the gold ones. I'll have a handful of the blue ones as well. This actually wasn't that many. It was just a nice little batch of them. Not worth using rank 2 vials on to guarantee rank 3. No, because with my skill, the way I'm sitting here, I actually almost always get rank 3 even with the rank 2 vials because of my HSV, because of the hidden, what is it called? Hidden skill value, something like that. I am largely proccing. If I go into the sim mode here and I do, hang on a second, let's stop crafting for a second. If we go into sim mode, I've got 1391 and I go into, and I upgrade these. I take those down and I upgrade these. 13, 9, no, it's less profit. It's close, but, nah, not worth it for me. I would always encourage you to play with the sim mode in your own craft sim with your own stats to see your different profit margins. Thank goodness for sim mode. I only recently started using it. I didn't really understand it before, but it basically just lets you preview what your profit would be like if you were using like different quality mats without you having to actually like get them on hand. But yeah, it's weird because I'm 2 and I needed 300. You'd think that you'd be really relying on inspiration, but that natural skill variance almost always gives you can get the gold ones without having to technically inspire, which is weird, but it works. Alice79, thank you for the 32-month resub. Didn't want you to miss it in case you didn't know. Didn't know anomaly detection to see through the walls to find the scroll. But I tried it. My understanding, and I could be wrong, I would love to be wrong, is that they fixed it. Because I was doing that effectively, maybe I was just looking wrong, but I was doing it effectively before the patch, and then after 10.1, it wasn't working for me anymore. I couldn't see through the walls with it anymore. And I noticed that the text said outdoor dragonflight. My understanding is that you can't use the anomaly, or that you can use it, but it won't work inside of the vaults. But I would love to be wrong. I would be real happy if I was wrong, because I wouldn't have to burn keys every week just opening all of them. Did it yesterday or the day before? And you saw a book through the wall without having to open it, because huge if true. I may as well, actually next week when I go in there, I may as well try it. There's no harm in taking a snoop around and seeing if you can see anything. 2864, 28, let's do 44. We'll keep 20 of them on me. That's 200k worth of those. And then just an extra little 12k worth of the baby ones. Am I happy with that? Anything else that I want to make? Let's see. We've got 10 minutes until the... I really do craft for a whole hour at the beginning of the stream. We've got 10 minutes until the snail event that we want to go do. Thank you for the 3-month race of Jackie Appleson. Thanks for the 3 months of sunshine and company while I play each morning. Wakeboard to track uptime on Rashok Trinket? No, not really. I just figure it's going to do whatever it's going to do. Saw 2 that were all the way on the top floor. Okay. Huge if true. I'll give it a try next time. I would be real happy with that. Okay. Anything else? Incense or no-go? There aren't any crafting orders I want to fill, are there? Sometimes, every once in a while, somebody wants like some perception files or some finesse files. Yeah, I'll take this. Finesse files, it's a very small commission, but they've provided all the mats. So we will start that, and then we'll make it for them. Hope they get a good multi-craft. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. For whatever reason, they've used 357. Oh yeah, they got a multi-craft. There we go. 35 files for you. Nice. You're welcome. Congrats. I almost never get to do public work orders, but I'll take them if I can. There's no reason not to. Do I want to make Hush Zephyr? No Hush Zephyr. We posted Shocking Disclosure already. No good on the mana pots. I think I decided 8 gold was a bit iffy to do Draconis on. Maybe I'll do some. I'll do like 500 would be like 4K's worth. Well, yeah. No, it's okay. We can do it. We got time. These. This one. And then a nice little 2,500 of those. And we still have our crafting file up, so we can make a bunch of that. I have not gotten the mode of Nesero pet yet. I heard a little bit about it. I haven't read up on all of the details of what's involved. I think I was waiting to see how hard it sounded before I worried about it. Squirrel science. Need to Google the snail stuff. I need all the mounts and pets. There's a few different snail things going on. The one that I'm gonna go do in a couple of minutes here. Oh, hey, it's higher now. The one that I'm gonna go do in a couple of minutes here is there's an event that happens every 2 hours in the Forbidden Reach, and when you kill the boss, it can drop you between 0 and 5 of these leftover elemental slimes. You get 50 of them, and you can combine them to make the Goeey Snailemental mount. So I'm collecting for that. I'm at 43 of them. I've been a little lazy, but we're getting there. But there's also a snail mount you can get in the Zeralite Caverns from doing your snail dailies, commonly abbreviated to snailies, and I'll do that after too. Have you considered crafting while you get ready? Get more done in WoW. It would seem like you have a lot to do. Yeah, but I don't feel whenever my day's over, my stream's over, I don't feel like I feel bad because I didn't do enough. Also, what makes you think I don't craft while I'm getting ready? Sometimes I do. If this is fun, and it's a good thing to do while kind of chatting and lets us kind of hang out on stream, I'm happy with this. I don't feel I need to change it. What is the rare? The rare. The thing that drops the leftover slime is the Primal Storm event on the Forbidden Reach every 2 hours. The actual boss there's 4 different ones that rotate. I've been slugging my snailies. Crafting is chill. Oh, pet's not hard to get unless you want to look for the orbs without a guide. Okay. You click on orbs all over the place. There's 16. One that was the actual death of me was the tree boss. Terrible at walking on tree branches. And Corthian, I'm terrible at it now. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay, so I think I can make it to there. I think I can make it to the Forbidden Reach with like 2 minutes to spare. Honestly, I went there with 5 minutes over one time, and nobody had started it yet, so there's some time. Got the pet, took maybe 30 minutes tops. Okay, it's not too bad then. Is it cute, or is it just kind of like a little elemental moat thing? Or is it a cute elemental moat thing? All right, I'm pretty pleased with this. I've spent about 900k on, maybe 800k on mats today, but I'm feeling like we're gonna get our money back. Just a glowy gold moat, shiny elemental orb thing. Okay, alrighty. I don't know if I'll do it in the near future. I got halfway through. I got halfway through the Phoenix grind for the Wishwing pet that the secret was discovered for, and then I just kind of got bored and/or busy and just kind of moved on. And I think that worked in my favor because I remember seeing a note somewhere. It was either a hotfix or a patch note. Maybe it's not till 10.1. I don't know, but something about them changing, basically making the Ungaro section of the Phoenix Wishwing grind less stab your eyeballs out with forks, which is what we were all waiting for. You would like it. Doesn't battle. Kind of like that. There isn't pressure to get it. Get it if you want or not. I bet I'll get it eventually. I bet I'll get it eventually. Right now, I'm kind of excited about the Snailemental because it's like within I can smell it. I don't think I'm going to get it today. The only way I could get it today is if I got lucky slime drops and I managed to realm hop to another group and do it. And I don't like realm hopping unless I'm realm hopping into a group that is listed for the activity that I'm realm hopping for. I really don't like jumping into groups that I don't intend on participating in just for the sake of using their server shard. It just feels kind of icky. So if anybody lists them, then I'll do it. But otherwise, I want to see. I want to post all this stuff up, and then I want to check my TSM to see what my auctions are worth. Take you like 10 minutes? It might take somebody 10 minutes. I bet it would take me longer than that. I don't think I would get out of there in 10 minutes or less. Realm hopping, the only way I got seething slug orbs. Seething slug orbs I'm waiting on. I'm going to procrastinate that one for a good long chunk of time and hope that they're less competitive later. There's just too many pets that I don't have. If I was very close to being perfect in my pet collection, and then they added a new pet or a new pet was discovered, I would probably pull out all the stops to make it happen. But there's so many pets that like are easier to get than that I also don't have. I feel like if I wanted to work on improving my pet collection, I should probably do the easy ones first. And right now, I guess I'm just more interested in making 1,000 Omnium Draconis. You just look at all the procs. Look at how fast it goes. The animations don't even work. The little alchemy table lags out every time. Looks terrible. Gotta tame them all. Way too much gold last night scouring the auction house for pets. But you only gotta buy them once. I used to spend all my gold on pets pretty much any time I got gold. I was broke through basically Cataclysm. Basically all of Cataclysm. Anytime I got the slightest scrap of gold, I would buy pets on the auction house with it. But then I still have all of those pets. You know, gold comes and goes. Pets are forever. I think it's worth it. 20k gold to my name because of pets. Tips for making more gold? Well, it depends on what you like to do. There's lots of different things that you can do. I like crafting. But this takes a little bit of setting up to get your profession knowledge points and to get your profession gear and your profession leveled up and whatnot. I also like leveling alts and then doing things like gold world quests and dragon races and gathering on them. That can generate a surprisingly good amount of gold. You also could do gold world quests and gathering on a max level character. It doesn't have to be an alt, but it could be an alt. Okay, snail event starts in 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck up. I'm just gonna post all of this. 16k worth of those, 35k worth of those. Where did I get a decay from? Probably from raid. And then if I look at my auctions, we've got 200k coming in, and then 750, so 950. So if we spend 800, then it's approximately 150k, assuming that we can get those prices for everything. Which I would be delighted with if I'd done that in the morning. Let's chuck the rest of this just to clean up my bags. I've gotten quite fond of just selling any extra little scraps that I can get out of my bags, even if I know I would craft with them again later. I've just been posting stuff. Just get it out of here. I'll buy new ones later. It's fine. Just make it go away for right now. We don't need that. I certainly don't need decayed seedlings. What else? I've been holding on to these finesse files that I made for really no reason. Also, I don't really need my old tier sets. So we can get rid of our old tier gloves. We can get rid of our old helmet. The greens actually that drop from raid are quite good. Unfortunately, you can no longer equip them at level 60. They used to be wearable from level 60. They fixed that. However, I put a bow, or a gun rather, on my hunter. I had equipped one of those 376 greens onto my hunter in the weapon slot. My hunter's level 63. And now I don't quite know what the deal is, because when I log on to the hunter, she still has the gun equipped. It has a little red text on it saying this requires level 70, but she is wearing it. And I'm wondering if it's just not granting her the stats, or if I've gotten away with it because I put it on and I get to just keep it. I don't know exactly what the deal is with that. Doc Otter, thank you for the 38-month free sub. Appreciate it. Snail goo at the reach. Yep, we're on our way. We're going. We're here. We're switching into a DPS spec so we can help with the things. Having trouble getting my crafting skills up to 100, should start making crafting orders with alts. You can also, if you get reputation on those characters, either by sending them the account den rep tokens or by just doing world quests and weeklies and whatnot, getting reputation can let you buy crafting recipes from the different rep vendors, from the Tuskar and the Dragon Scale and the Centaurs and whatever. And sometimes those recipes are more economical to make and can give you some skill ups. I know that when I was looking at level skilling up, I don't know, it was tailoring or blacksmithing or something, some of the profession tool recipes came from reputations, but it wasn't like a hard amount of reputation to get. And it was definitely a Froststone Vault. Oh, that's a Forbidden Horde. Oh, I'm getting confused. That's what's going on. I'm like, hang on a second. Isn't it over here? It will be. It hasn't begun yet, but it will. I ended up using sparks from alts I wasn't using for skill ups in my main leatherworking. There's a good idea too. Leveled to quested as Holy Pally since BC. After the ret rework, decided I now have a ret spec for questing. Nice. Maybe I'm getting impatient at my old age. You held out a lot longer than I did. I used to try to DPS on my healers for the sake of questing and any of the stuff that they used to do, because I was like, well, they gave me Holy Fire for a reason. But I gave it up a long time ago. I was never patient. How did you know where it would be? This? It's always in the same spot. It's always at the Froststone Vault on the steps. Generally up in this kind of area on the Forbidden Reach. It is always here. Any minute now, I think, we're going to get a handful of elementals spawning. There they are. And kill 5 of them. They do kind of hurt. They're kind of hard to solo, but hopefully people turn up. You kill 5 of them and spawns a boss. Kill the boss. Get some goo. All right. Let's see what we can do. There is somebody else here. Doing this for the achievement? No, I'm doing it for the mount. I need my snail goo still. I am 43 of 50 leftover elemental slime. The only thing that's standing between me and the Forbidden Reach meta achievement is the frickin' book. The Old Gods book in the vault. Oh, hey. I can sell that for 5 gold. Wow. The Old Gods book in the vault just will not spawn for me. And I mean, it's a rare book. It won't spawn for a lot of people, but every week we check, and every week I'm disappointed. Maybe one week it'll happen. Need to get a lot more snail slime. I enjoy being dramatic sometimes. 36 isn't bad. I feel that. It's fun to be dramatic. It's just, you gotta be careful who hears you, I guess. I remember being like 21 and being like, I'm elderly, and that's all fine and good to do inside the privacy of your own home with your 21-year-old friends. You don't want to let the actual elders hear you. Okay, there's 3 of them down. Someone who's never really healed, how do you recommend practicing? Heroics, regular? Oh, it's hard because if you go into random heroics, yes, that's an easier difficulty of dungeons, so therefore kind of a better entry point, but the pattern of healing is going to be way different. There's either not going to be very much healing for you to do, or there's going to be way too much healing for you to do. It's different than kind of normal endgame content because people generally super outgear it, so that people are just burning through it really, really fast. I would say try that. Try heroics. Try mythic zeros. Try proving grounds actually if you're just kind of interested to make sure that your UI is comfy. Get yourself like some nice big raid frames, raid style party frames. I always use. I never use regular party frames. Only raid style party frames. I like changing them to show class colors to kind of differentiate them, make them nice and big, and then I always recommend that people give a try to mouse over healing. You can set it up with macros or add-ons, but you don't have to. You can actually just go into your settings, look for mouse over, and there's a checkbox you can enable to just make everything work on mouse over. That's gonna hurt. Oh no, yes it will. And the way that works is you just kind of drift your cursor. You don't have to click anybody, but you can drift your cursor over people's raid frames to cast heals on them without needing to actually click to target them, which saves a lot of time and just a lot of clicking because you're generally healing lots of different people as a healer, and it's nice to not have to retarget everybody every time that you want to sprinkle a heal somewhere else. So I say get comfy with your UI. You can try Proving Grounds. You can queue into those from the Drain or Garrison, and that'll give you kind of like a basic premise of here's some time and here's some people that need some healing and here's a couple mechanics to do in the meantime. I don't know if they're still scaled, but you can also just kind of jump into the deep end. There's plenty of people that do that, and the only way to really learn at the end of the day is by doing. All right, come on, snail slime. We got one. We got one, which is better than none. It's better than none. It's not 5, though. Anybody doing Primal Storm? Froststone Vault Primal Storm. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Also, I got that pre-made group finder add-on, so that's how I signed up for that with just one click. I didn't mean to sign up as healer. I can do it as DPS. I heard that these things were locked out so that you could only do it, you could do each different elemental once in a day, but I'm super happy if that's not the case. If I can just do this again and then get another batch of them, that'd be great. That would be awesome. Okay. That was nice that there was one actually up, though. Means that I can help this person, plus I can hopefully get another dose of snail goo. Oh, that's an actual player. For a second, I'm like, when did Chen Stormstout show up? That's a Pandaran monk. That's cute. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Tank homies are best homies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really nice way to get into it, is just healing like a group of friends, where everybody's kind of understanding. And I like healing leveling dungeons, but I hesitate to recommend them to newbies. Like, you can certainly do it, but sometimes leveling dungeons are just a very different animal from endgame healing. I don't know much about what Devastation Evoker does these days. I did get a new spec for the new patch. I did, like, look one up, but that was about the extent of it. do you mean out of range? There's Devastation Evoker for you. Eternal Whiteman's got a really good point there too. Different healers heal in very different ways. There may be a style that suits you better than another style. Hey, 5 slime. Nice. Thank you very much. So now I'm up 6 from where I was, which means I'm actually at 49. I'm at 49. Is there any world where anybody else is doing the Froststone Vault? It's 8 minutes past. It's probably not. 49. War Crush grinding. Caverns, rares, forbidden reach, rare, sparks. How many slimes do you need? 1. Break the realm hopping rule. But I've explained why it makes me uncomfortable. That's not less true just because I only need 1 more. Yeah, no, I think we're out of luck. If I stream all the way until noon, we can come back and we can do this again in 2 hours. If I go all the way until lunchtime, we can come back later. In the meantime, how about some Zerlek Caverns? There's nothing I need to do out here, but we can do some snail dailies. Maybe look at some world quests. Maybe look at some events for the coins, perhaps. I did my sniff and seeking already, so that's good. How often does the slime spawn? 2 hours. Every 2 hours. For me and my server time, it's on the even hour. So I know if it's like 10, noon, 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. I can show up there and it'll be there. I'm sure for some time zones it worked out to be the opposite. Sniff and seeking and alts, funnel the rep tokens to your main. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. That sounds like too much work for me. That sounds intense. My alts have not done Forbidden Reach, let alone Zerlek Caverns. I have the stamina to do the caverns in 1 character. Here, we'll fly into the caverns ourselves. We'll do it personally. It'll be a big day. I'm gonna go take my noodle drake down there myself. Data mine, druid travel forms for dragon riding. Not that I've seen, but I have been a bit out of the loop. I gotta catch up on my research today. And by my research, I just mean reading the headlines from the last week. Is it this hole? Yeah. This one. What do you think it smells like down here? I think it would smell very metallic and damp. Although, I don't know why I'm thinking damp. You know what? It's because there's mushrooms down here. That's why I'm thinking damp. It would be hard for there to be mushrooms if it was not humid to some extent. This looks pretty humid to me. What do we want to do? We're going to start with the snail daily. Let's do that first. But if I see any lamb and herbs, we're going to overload those for sure. I've done Researchers Under Fire already for the week. I did my rep weekly. What is that? Just regular Aukenbloom. Check. That's a cobble shell. There's a couple of wild pets that if I come across them, I need to pick them up. Can imagine damp, mildewy sort of smell. Minerally and musty. Yeah, it's like when you're digging a big hole in your yard. That kind of thing. You know, you hit those big rocks. I don't know why I'm saying that like that's a thing everybody's done. Maybe some people don't like to dig holes. Mushrooms. Hollow moth. End mites. Alright. We got a world quest. What do you want? Shrooming for a living. This Drogbar is going to slay spore moths, harvest mushrooms. Pesky spore moths are different than hungry spore moths. And then I can just click these. Is it possible a world quest could be so simple as click on things and kill enemies? They really do seem to have gotten a bit creative with their Zerlek Caverns world quest design. And I'm sure some people are really delighted with that. I've mostly just been mildly irritated because I have to ask somebody or figure out what exactly is going on. Because it's not like a regular quest where you can check the quest text and like kind of read up to see if you missed a hint. It's if you you just kind of hope that you... Also, it never shows me areas for these. This one seems pretty easy though. This one seems pretty straightforward. Have I dug big holes myself? You know, not recently, as it happens. I have not dug a big hole in a long time. Have you? Got an interview today. Congrats, Hawk Potato. I know I'll kill it. Yeah. Cave tour. They turned off the lights. It was so weird to see total darkness. That would be very spooky. I don't know if I would do a cave tour. I would do a cave tour if I was part of a group of people and they all wanted to go. I don't think I'm against it enough to sit it out, but I don't think I would seek it out on my own. That's a cobble shell. Where's all the pesky spore moths? We need some more of those. Big holes are morbid. Dig holes for a future garden. That's true. That's true. You can bury some fish guts to bless my corn. Or just to try to compost it without having the rats dig it up. Depending on how deep you dig it and how determined the rats are. I wish they had some instructions sometimes. Yeah, maybe a couple more hints for some of them. You get the hang of them eventually. A couple of those things. I haven't really been that excited about doing these little horn events. I know that there's like lockouts for them, so you can kind of do them all and check which ones you need to do still. And there's add-ons and week cores that help you with that. But there's lambent at least. I don't know. It just feels like they're not rewarding enough to really make it feel worth my time unless I'm trying to like super aggressively... Where's my overload button? Unless I'm trying to super aggressively... Oh, it's not my herbalism. It's in my general spellbook, isn't it? Overload. There we go. Farm the coins. But it feels like I get the coins in pretty reasonable amounts from like doing the rep weekly and from doing the sniff and seeking. So it feels like I could pretty much just, I don't know, chill and get those things eventually and not have to go super hard grinding out all these little things. I guess if you wanted something to do in the caverns, you know, there's been some criticism sometimes of there's been criticisms occasionally of them putting in zones that feel like they have nothing to do. Picked it up, put it down. Pick it up. Put it down. I don't know. I think 25 rep, not a ton. I think I'm mildly more interested in the unearthed coins, these guys, because I can trade those for coveted baubles that I can then trade for cosmetics. There's 2 mounts and 1 pet, I believe, for those. And I need something like 550 coins to get all of them. So I'm just kind of sort of slowly stacking them up for that, but I don't think I'm in a big hurry. Done with this zone 1 evening's play. I think it's okay that they've made something that's like not really mandatory to do if you're doing other endgame progression. I betcha if you were the kind of person, if you were somebody that didn't do, like you wanted to get gear and work on your gear, but you did not do any keys, you didn't raid, you didn't PvP, then like the, me whenever I pick anything up, then the Feeric assaults and the caverns stuff would probably feel a lot more relevant. Because, you know, you would need the Drake's Crest and the Worm's Crests, and you would need this veteran gear, this adventurer gear, and you'd be able to work on it and improve it. If you're not working on improving veterans and adventure gear, it all just seems like kind of not a waste of time, but just not that valuable. And I think that's okay, because if it was valuable, it would be way too much to do your keys and your raid and all of your stuff all the time. Are we going to see hardcore Hazel on the new server? When is it? I think it would depend on when. I won't say no. I won't say yes, but I won't say no. It sounds a little bit fun. I don't think I would do very well. I don't know the first thing about Classic. I haven't really played much Classic. I think I would... Like, the only Classic I've ever really done has just been, like, a little bit of leveling and questing and stuff. Like, maybe a couple of dungeons. But for the most part, I don't really mess with it. Hardcore retail? No hard date yet? Okay. Hardcore retail. Hardcore retail would be weird. It would be kind of funny. It would be interesting, but I don't know. I think I'm happy with retail. This is a weirdly long event. I think we're getting there. We're almost there. Clinking pouch. So yeah, 50 rep, because I got 25 for doing the thing and another 25 from the bag. I got 1 fragrant coin, 8 flight stones, 10 supplies. So yeah, fragrant coin-wise, that's pretty rough. It's not very good. Snail daily time. What do you got for me? Please be something functional. Less cargo. Stolen supplies. Yeah, okay, we can do that. This is my last bar I need to fill up for the snail dailies. So we've got 6 days left to go. This is one of them. One more week of them. Hard to die in open world retail. I managed to figure it out now and then. I managed to find a way. Usually when I head over this way, I hate the color. I don't like areas that are just filled, like outdoor areas that are just filled with elite mobs. I don't think I've ever liked them. If I'm going into an area filled with elite mobs, it's a dungeon and I'm bringing my friends. I don't want to bring my friends outside. They're different things to me. Merlin Jensen, thank you for the 14-month resub. Happy Friday, Hazel. Happy Friday. Yeah, I have a tendency to just like crash land down here and aggro too many things and then get into trouble, even with my gear. Although my item level's better than it used to be. I'm up to 430. I'm pretty happy with that. I was kind of 420-ish for what felt like a long time. I got a lot of gear just yesterday and like this week. You know what I only just realized, actually, in regards to the gearing upgrade system? Fully upgraded champion gear is really not very far behind fully upgraded hero gear. I had kind of lionized the hero track gear in my mind of being like, that's the only thing that you can really worry about because that's the best stuff that I'm realistically going to get. And I had been just kind of assuming that all this champion gear that I'm upgrading is just a very temporary, very just for now thing. But fully upgraded champion gear at 437 is exactly the same as 4 out of 5 hero gear. There's only one more upgrade level that hero gear can even do. It's really not that bad. For some reason, I thought there was going to be a much bigger gulf between those different types of upgrade tracks, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out they're not really that different. So all of this work that I've been putting in to upgrade, like to farm all these worm crests and to upgrade all of this champion gear as far as I can is actually not for nothing. It's not bad. Only 4 item level, not a lot. Yeah. Almost makes me wonder if I've been undervaluing the gear underneath champion gear, but champion gear is ready enough to get. It's easy enough to get. I've found that I don't super need to worry about anything less than that. Especially if you're doing a ton of keys to try to get your worm crest fragments capped for a week. And the redundancy discounts too. Yeah. The more I do it, the more I like it, I think. The only part of it that really gets me is how it interacts with crafting, which isn't that complicated. You take your 4 crests, weirdly enough, not Drake's crests, but you take your 4 crests and you work order an enchanter and they give you the thing and then you can use that to determine an item level bracket. That makes sense to me, but 4 is so many. 4 crests is so many. I burnt 4 aspect crests to make one of those thingies to craft these Dracothist arm guards because I figured if I'm going to go in, I may as well go in. Another 447, which is good, but, oh man. Ugh, 4. I think the bird command might be dead, but it is, I did give up and buy that one. I ran out of patience. Where do I get an aspect crest? Aspect crests come from keys that are 17 plus. They probably also come from later heroic raid bosses, I'm guessing. I don't know that for sure. I have gotten every aspect crest fragment that I have from doing 16 plus? 16 plus. 16 plus keys, pardon me. 16 plus in mythic bosses, okay. Yeah, 16 keys seem a lot easier than mythic bosses. It's interesting that you don't only need those, though. What am I trying to say with that? I thought that those would be the only ones that were really valuable to me. And it turns out that I really did need a lot of worm crests for my gear. So I've ended up doing like a bunch of extra kind of 11, 12, 13 keys as well. Yeah, Mythic Dungeons do seem a little easier this season. Obviously, we went from doing 20s last season to doing kind of like 15s, 16s, 17s now, with 17s being a bit tough. But that's pretty normal considering that we have a whole season's worth of gear that we can still get. It's basically, I think it's just the de-emphasizing of the affixes. We still have like the, the mechanics to learn from the key and whatnot, but yeah, the affixes really don't really do anything. At the risk of complaining, they're a little boring. Which is fine. It's fine. I don't think keys are boring. I have a lot of fun with them. But they're definitely easier to learn and master than they were previously because there's less stuff going on. They're simpler than they used to be. Feels more doable. Super rough last week, even earlier this week. Bolstering fortified can do things. Yeah, that's true. You still need your tank to understand what they can and cannot get away with. And then sometimes I panic, but we make it through. It works out. Handling incorporate, okay? I don't think we've had incorporeal yet. I don't think that one's been part of it yet. We've had 2 weeks. This one is entangling and bolstering, and last week was raging and storming and raging, I believe. And those are the only 2 weeks we've had so far. Is now a good time to start Mythic Plus if you're kind of newish? I think so. Okay, we're almost done this one, 8 of 10. I remember this was the first snail daily that came up, and I was grumpy with it because I wanted to ride a snail. I didn't want to go kill a bunch of random dudes for some supplies they stole. But we're getting there. Ooh, 2 lambent nodes, actually. I wonder if I'll get myself killed if I try and loot these. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I think that's a mistake. I think that's bait. I don't think I can do it. Oh, no, not that either. No, I'm sorry. Apologies, I'm leaving. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. In case I'm easier. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's true. I feel like, I don't remember exactly when I got Keystone Master in previous seasons, but I don't think it was week 2. And I got it week 2 this week, and I did it not mostly in pugs, maybe half. Nah, a little less than half in pugs. 60% group keys and then maybe 40% pugs. No, that's not fair because the group keys that I did were higher levels, so I didn't have to pug keys that were very high. The highest key I pugged was maybe like a 15. I don't think I pugged any 16s. How do you zoom so far out? I think that Leatrix Plus has a checkbox option in it somewhere that lets you max camera zoom. I think that's why. I think that's how I do it. Love to get in the fiery snail. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. That's regular saxifrage. We don't want that. Any supplies? Yeah, there we go. But now that I've got KSM, I do still need to do keys. I do still want to make absolutely sure that I am capping on my worm fragments every week. I'm not too worried about... I can't cap on aspect fragments unless I get a lot better and I start doing a lot more. I'd have to start pugging 16s, I guess. And timing them as well. I have only 63 of a possible 300 aspect fragments, whereas I'm 272 of 300 for the worms. But I could use a few aspect ones. Plus, if I get another aspect crest, if I get 4 more aspect crests, I can make a thing to recraft my venom stompers to make them 447. That would be pretty good. Yeah, I've heard of the Slugman. I think I decided that it sounded, the one that you do the seething orbs for. I think I decided to procrastinate on that one. I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. Entangling's a joke in lower keys. Easy to lose track of your positioning. I have yet to be stunned by entangling. But I'm sure it's going to be a bad day. I'm sure it's not going to be any good. Do I need to do keys today? I could probably get away with doing... If I need another 28 fragments, that's 3 keys. That's 3 keys worth, because 2 keys would get me to 26 fragments, so I would need a third run. So I could do a few. I wouldn't need to worry about score really anymore. I could just do them for fragments and for fun, really. Just do underrots and freeholds for mount chances. There we go. All right, here's 100. 100 more. Yeah, caverns. Oh, we'll go do that one. We'll go catch up on them. I like doing the world quests that are not the Caldera world quests. I don't really bother with the Caldera ones. They're just annoying. But I'll do the other stuff. I'll do the rest of it. Looking forward to the shiny frost blue one. Oh, no. I'm getting on the wrong mounts. They added group finder to the Caldera quest. Oh! Ooh, okay. That does help. That does change things. Shall I try it? Shall we go back and give it a go? Have you guys been doing it? Are you happy? What's your customer review? Is it worth it? Let's go poke around. We'll go take a little look. I don't have good feelings, but maybe my good feelings will happen later. Researchers under fire. You need to show up while the event is currently running, which happens on a fixed schedule. This next one is going to start at basically half past the hour, and then doing the different activities that they... It's kind of like doing a hunt. It's kind of like doing a grand hunt. There will be different activities that kind of roll while you're there. People should kind of show up and help out with it, and depending on how well it goes, you'll get a gift once a week. Once a week for it. So let's start with this one. Sign up for that. Did I sign up as a healer? Hang on a second. I want to sign up as a not a healer. How do I do that? I didn't mean to. I mean, I'm a DPS. I signed up as a healer. Oh well. As long as people invite me, it's fine. I'm not a healer. So what do we do? Ancient ebon spears. And then we plant them into corpses. And it looks like there's some people over this way. Because, yeah, if we're... Oh, jeez, okay. All right. Maybe they need me to heal. Oh, it hurts. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. Everyone's dying. Everyone's dying. Can I kill any of them? I think this might be a some mobs need to be focused down kind of situation. Oof. Alright, 3 of 8. Do I have more of them? Because I feel like we killed a lot of stuff there. 7 of 8. This better be good rep. This better be good rep. There's 8 of 8 of those. Just need to loot some spears. That was a huge pull. Yeah, I think next week I might try a group for researchers under fire. I only got a rank 2 reward. Oh, there's a spear over there, but I don't want to. I don't want to upset those guys. I just need one more. Is there a safer one I can loot? There's just one guy. Oh, there's a spear right here. Perfect. Thank you. So that gave. What did I get for that? 130 loam rep. 130 loam rep. Nice. And then like a staff. better in a group. That was never, ever, ever going to happen without the group. I think I just appreciate the idea of being able to clean up my map. Clean up my map of these things. Fire resistance gear. Find a group. Sign up for it. I don't know why that add-on is signing up as heals. There must be a thing I can do. Okay, so this one, we need to skin core hounds. We need to skin core hounds. There's a core hound. So we just kind of collected or skinned. All right. Maybe you can only skin them if you have skinning and you just kill them otherwise? Yeah, something like that. Hi, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. I'm actually quite pleased that they've added Group Finder for these. I feel like that makes it massively better. This is actually doable now that you can kind of find some other people that are also trying to do the same thing. Oh, I wish I could see that pack of corehounds that was right by that herb again. Don't remember where it was, but would have been good. Where do they want to go? See the blue bear? Is that like that? Uh-huh. That was good. This way? Yeah. Where's all the puppies? That's not actually a member of my... Oh, no, that is a member of my group. Maybe they're doing the other quest as well. Because this stuff really hurts when you pull big packs of it. It's really quite, maybe I should do these groups as a healer. I think that my damage is helpful, though. I think that just being a 430 evoker in Devastation spec, even if I don't have, like, proper Devastation gear, I think it probably does something. I might need to restock my health pots. What did we do that for? I don't know. I have a Google Doc that I have my add-ons written down on. I have not yet added the, I have yet to add the pre-made group finder filter to it, because I've just started trying that one out yesterday and today. It does some interesting things, especially if you're like looking for Mythic Plus pugs to do. It's got some good things it can do there. I don't really want to do that. I'm here for fire resistance gear. I think I want puppy dogs. Ferric ran out of breath right before it killed me. How do you guys feel about the Ferric assault? Oh, hi, kitty cat. I haven't been back this week. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what we're after. I haven't been back this week. Maybe I should just for the Mog, but if I was setting up a new alt, I think I would spend more time there. They feel pointless. They felt very, and maybe they've gotten a little more smooth, but the first time I went out there, it was extremely chaotic. It was hard to figure out what was going on. It was hard to figure out why you wanted to do any of it. There we go. Nice. Get to a nice safe spot and then look into the other one. So that was worth another 130 loam rep. And these only spawn every couple of days, so it's not like you have to do this all the time. Bless you. Hey, welcome back. How are we doing? We have one more day. I just kind of like cleaning them off my map if we're being honest. Zealous defenses, we can look for a group for that. Either one. After you figure out how it all works, I like them. Cat allergies. Kitty, do you have allergies? You got allergies? What? Saw some of the magma mammoths, thought, what are the Jardin doing here? Alright. Head over this way. I want my last bit of... Oh, actually, this will give more rep, because this one actually has rep as its reward as well. So there's one person here. Another couple people down sort of this way. We are destroying shrine wards, and then just killing primalists. So that's pretty reasonable. Cauldron area is dangerous. Tank. I've been in groups that have like actual tank, like guardian druids and stuff, and they're still getting blown up by the big packs of primalists. It seems really, really punchy. 415s. 415's quite good, actually. That's basically what I was wearing from last year's heroic raid. I'm gonna have to at some point. I don't know when I'm gonna feel like I have time for this, but I'm gonna have to set up an alt, set up like a DPS alt, just to kind of feel out what gearing in the outdoor looks like. If you were somebody that felt like you wanted to, you know, get your item level up through outdoor content before you jumped into like normal pugs or something like that, it would be kind of interesting to see how far you can get and how comfy it feels to like work on your gear. I mean, I guess I would probably still do LFR as soon as I could, but slag armor, a tank buster, okay. Oh, that's lots of primalists. 370 to 400, matter of hours. How to do that before I can get to heroics. Got some 408 gear doing the Furic evasion yesterday. Oh, nice. Couldn't remember all the add-ons I was using. You have a few I forgot. Nice. Hope they work out for you. I've been very pleased with the Dragonflight, I don't know, add-on setup, I guess, so to speak. I am still using add-ons, but I feel like a lot of them are less mandatory than they used to be. And that feels really good. It feels nice to, like when the patch comes out and all my add-ons break and I play without them for a few days, it's nice to be able to actually play. The thing I notice most is the nameplates, but I'm sure they'll do it one day. They said something about it. Shall I play my main or play my evoker to continue to learn the class? Whichever sounds fun. Sounds like a good weekend either way. What are we doing? We do it? We do it? Yeah, we got our 130 plus probably an item. Probably a token, Niffin token. Oh, got some loam supplies. Yeah, nice. Cool. How's my loam rep doing actually? Now that I look at it, we are 12 of 13. And we get some Drakewatcher manuscripts at 13. I'm pleased just to be getting barter boulders. I think that really amps up your efficiency. I don't think I'm really gonna stop for the dirt cover pouches. They don't seem worth it. I don't know about all that. I'll go do the last two world quests out here. Quanite. Oh, I see. Barter boulder's worth a bit less than the bricks? What? What do you mean? I thought the barter boulders were worth 3 bricks each. Broke my favorite layouts. I am having a hard time getting in range of these guys to kill them. There must be a better place I can stand. There must be some spot where you can like reach these guys. What do melee do? What are melee supposed to do in this world quest? I'm doing something wrong here. Costs more in bricks to get boulders. Yeah, my understanding is that 1 boulder is worth 3 bricks, and you can trade your bricks for boulders. But if you're just getting boulders directly, that they would have a higher value than what you would have gotten in bricks had you not unlocked boulders yet. That's where I'm at with it. I could be wrong. There's a ledge. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Drake breaks. There we go. Oh, you really can just loot them. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, let's just do that. That's better. What is this about buying boulders at Renown 20? Like for gold? And if so, how much gold? Bartering boulders. You may now purchase bartering boulders from Harlow, Marl, and Loam. What's the exchange rate on that? How much gold am I talking if I want to buy if I want to get myself some mounts and stuff? Oh, for resources. Oh. Weird. Okay, not gold. Resources is actually a little bit trickier. I have some. I don't know if I have endless amounts of resources. Gold was going to be easier. 100 per boulder. Oh. I still think it's worth farming them then, because if you get like 3 boulders from doing a quest, and that's worth 300 resources, that's not, you know, free to get. It's not nothing, but like resources are usually dropping like kind of 40 at a time, 10 at a time, 50 at a time. Not huge amounts. You can fly through them to get the quest items. Wait, we just scare the poop out of them with the dragon? Let me see. Whoa. Oh my gosh, it's true. Why does this quest have so many different ways that you can do it? I really was doing it wrong the first time. All right. Whoa. That's so weird, man. You can kill them, or you can fly through them, or you can loot it off the ground. Sure. It's like they made 3 different people design the quest, and then they just put it all in the game at once. What else is there to use resources on? I've been spending them on cosmetics across the different vendors. I've been going back to the old rep vendors and buying the different toys and transmogs, and mostly transmogs that you can get, but a lot of them are quite expensive. Drake customizations, that kind of thing. This one's the obligatory poop quest. Okay. Mostly what I want the barter boulders for is mounts. I got my Dracathist recipe, and that was really the only one I was too worried about. I actually don't know what other recipes I could get for barter bricks for alchemy. That might be it. There might be one other thing. I don't know for sure. Haven't looked into it. You guys must know. So this, we just slurp them up. We don't even have to kill them. Although, actually, if I gather them, here's my strat. You don't have to hit them, but if you hit them, they'll all group up real nice for you, and then you can clean them up much more efficiently. Huh? How many times can we say bartered boulders? Bartered boulders buy better bears. Bartered boulders buy better. Brown bear birthdays. The big brown bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. It was a big bug. What are we doing? We did that. That one's easy. Cool. All right, my Nif and rep is now still 12. We're pretty close to 13. Are they cool manuscripts? Brown hair, curved horns, long jaw horns. How much rep do I need? 158? I need 158 rep. So that's like 4 of these guys if I'm getting 50 per. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. If I'm that close, then sure. I'll try and do 4 of them for some rep. Help save big old Bessie. Big old Bessie keeps finding herself on fire. I think big old Bessie needs new hobbies. Something she's doing isn't going right.
Oh, that's my soaring spell tome. Why do I have my soaring spell tome keybound? That's weird. Poor Bessie. Maybe Bessie likes being on fire. Maybe it's like a charcoal treatment for her shell. It's a therapeutic spa kind of situation. Yeah, big old Bessie's real on fire. Excuse me. What about the ground fires? Can I put those out with this stuff? And will that help? If I put that on the ground fire, it looks like nothing happens. Seems like it was worth a try. Here, I'll kill the embers. We had a cat who loved being warm next to a fireplace. She would get so close her fur would singe. Oh, that would scare me. Oh, I would be so nervous about that. You don't want to make kitty not comfy and warm, but you don't want your kitty to burn. I was just hoping I could brainstorm some alternate ways of progressing the quest, because apparently some of them let you do 3 different things to do things. Poor old cat got partly shaved. Turned at the wrong time. Now half his whiskers are gone. Oh no! He's lopsided. Yeah, big old Bessie's pretty on fire. And she seems to stay quite on fire. You do run out of... You have to restock your sand sometimes. Also, she can mow you down. I think this is much easier if you have other people also here. Also helping to work together to extinguish Big Bessie. There is somebody. I see a Volpera. Nope, that's just the Snail Rancher. Okay. I think it's just because we're trying to solo it. I want to know who keeps lighting up Bessie. Who would do such a thing? Like, well, okay, you, I guess, but... Oh, look, somebody probably got credit for that. Alright, well, there's 1 of 4. That gives us our 50 loam rep. Let's go find another one to do. There's 1 over there. I wonder if we'll make it to that in time. I don't know why I've decided I want these Slither Drake customizations. I guess I just want to see... Maybe curved horns sound kind of nice. I want to see if I like them. I want to dress up my new favorite noodle. Alright, this is in the caldera, so I'm a little bit nervous. What's the deal? Imperfect balance. Fury of the caldera. That sounds frightening. I'm afraid. Oh. This looks like elites. Oh, you know what else I can do? Forget this. I'm gonna go do my side quests. Also, apparently there's a actual world quest hiding underneath the side quest, so that'll help too. I got these side quest chains like a decent amount along, and then just on the first day, and then I have not been back. I have just not bothered since then. Preview them in the Drake mug before you get them. Yeah, there's something to be said for just getting lots of them just to have them though. I don't know what there is to say about it, but here, we'll do the world quest first. The world quest wants me to ask Rupert to bring me to the buried vault. So if you could... Oh, that's exactly what we're doing. Side quests doable and fun? Yeah, they're doable. I think they're fun enough if you like side quests. They've got cute little stories. They've got neat characters. Enraged Watchers. Okay. Why are they elites? Let's see. Maybe kick the bulwark. Okay, 1. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is just, actually this is a world quest. This isn't a side quest. It's confusing because it's both. It's both. It's literally one of those things where a side quest becomes a world quest. And usually, or at least I feel like you used to have to do the side quest before it became a world quest, but apparently this one, it's funny, I'm actually doing both right now. That's so funny. Well, I find that funny anyway. I didn't have an interrupt up for that. That's okay. Small shield. Rupert cracks me up. Ironically, he is afraid of heights. Oh, it's my favorite season 2 NPC so far. The Gentleman Elemental. I do enjoy his hat. I appreciate anybody that has the confidence to wear hats. And I envy them the joy that they must have from selecting their hat. Sometimes I wear hats. I wear hats pretty much anytime I go outside now, but it's less about my impeccable fashion style, and it's more about no sunburns. I gotta keep the sun off my ears. So that got us some rep, and that got me some rep. Did I do it? Yeah, we're loam 13 now. What do you want? You want me to probably go back to loam and get my new thing. Poor Sharpbeak. Sharpbeak is hungry forever. Started wearing a fedora. Feel confident. 10 years old when I realized that Rupert has a hat. Titan Touch Sax for each. We need this. Titan Touch is the only elemental node that I actually put some points into. So I've got a little extra perception in it. Part of me wants to level my hunter. For what? Dunno. But she's got some good rested now, and because of her heirlooms, her rested will last her for a while. I guess it's because I'm starting to feel like I got my evoker. I've gotten her quite a few different things. Brown hair, long jaw horns, curved horns. I'm gonna take the curved horns for free. I'm gonna buy the... How much do you want for these? 300! Yeah, okay. We'll just get them all. Also, apparently, speaking of 300, I didn't realize. I must have unlocked that a while ago. I have enough renown to get free profession knowledge. I get 10 for each of my professions. That's sick. I did not know that. Here, let's reload real quick. Voker needs more Mog to show off her KSM properly. I was actually quite pleased with her her heroic tear shoulder appearance. I didn't Mog him. I've been wearing him. Hi. Hello. You could level a rogue instead. I'm surprised you're not pushing for mage. You give up on that? I want to... What do I want to do? I want to learn that profession knowledge. 10 points of herb knowledge, 10 points of alchemy knowledge. That's a lot. Also a lot of metal, an extra 100 metal. Not too mad at that. Warrior bust, clearly. I love hunters. Hunter's super fun this expansion. Wish they could heal more. Also unlocked an alt. You can buy that knowledge in any character. I've been so lazy about alt professions. I was so gung-ho about it for like 2 weeks. And then I got really overwhelmed and I decided that I would do just fine to stick with my alchemy. So we're set here. Decay can bite me. Experimentation can bite me. Everything else there is finished. So I'm really just sticking points into air potions just to make those a little bit more efficient. Nothing crazy doing over here. I'm not too worried about the experimentation. I guess I can get it eventually. Nice. Extra 5 skill plus an extra 10 skill plus a bonus to the movement speed, I guess. I guess I must run a little faster whenever I use like a mana pot or something. And then we're finishing cultivation so we can find the seeds more often. I mostly just sell those, to be honest. I don't really plant them. I just sell them. And now I am fully spec'd into Bountiful Harvest. No more points I could possibly put in here. Fully spec'd into Botany. No more points I could possibly put in here. So we've got all this perception, all this deftness, all this finesse, all of the skills. So basically we're just working on elements. And I pretty much never bother herb. I mean, I'll pick them if I trip on them, but I'm not really targeting. I mean, I'm targeting Lambent nodes lately. I'm going to keep putting points into Titan Touch is what I'm going to do. There's an argument to be made for going into each of these 20 points per to increase your cooldown refund. But I want to finish this to have a chance to find Titan Orbs if I overload Titan Touch nodes. then maybe it'll be worth overloading Titan Touch nodes. Although, are Titan Orbs even worth all that much anymore? Let me see. How much would that be worth? A glowing Titan. Also, I wonder what sometimes means. Glowing Titan Orbs. Oh, 600. That's not bad. I'm not, and like great sale rates. You can sell those pretty much insta. I'm not mad at that. I would like to get that unlocked at some point. Cool. Okay. We've got, we sold some stuff. Very good. Very, very good. Oh yeah, I got one more of these to do. And TSM's mad again. Doesn't take it long, does it? Focus on decay. I just haven't been making anything in decay. I've just decided that decay potions are not really relevant to my crafting empire. I've been happy making gold without bothering with it, and I've just been sticking with that. Selling the decay. Oh, you mean herbalism-wise? I'm also not... Or do you mean herbalism-wise? Because I'm also not really picking any decay herbs. I pretty much never trip over them. I don't really go to the decay areas. All the decay that I've gotten recently has just been dropping out at raid. I haven't really been herbing anything there. I think if I was grinding herbs more, it would make more sense. What are we doing here? But yeah, you're right. The decay value has definitely spiked. Okay, what am I doing? It is 11 o'clock. If I want to stick around and then try the elemental storm, I need to stick around for another hour. So I think I might do... Let's head back. I'm going to take a real short break, and then I might try and find myself a key to chip away at my worms fragments. I guess I could chip away at aspect fragments too, but that's scary. Blasphemere, thank you for the 47-month resub. Good morning. Good morning. Got the seething slug. Congrats, Anidra. That's awesome. Still reason to do the elemental storm. I'm doing the Forbidden Reach one for the leftover slime for the Snailemental. I need one more. One more. I haven't been doing the other elemental storms though, really at all. Do I have the Ohuna Hearthstone? Hearthstone toy box. I want to say no. What's it called? I have the Ohuna mailbox. I don't have the Ohuna mount. I don't know if I knew about an Ohuna Hearthstone. I feel like I heard about it. Here, let's sell that. We don't need these. We don't need that. We can post all that up. I'll keep my glow spores because I use those once in a while when I'm transmuting. I feel like I could just vendor my Whelpling crests on this character. I feel like I've done higher upgrades for stuff, I think. So that I wouldn't even need to do them for the alt catch up, really. I don't know. I have a bunch of them. I just keep sticking them in my reagent bank. A Krakow, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Oh, near Wind Sage's Hearthstone. I think I don't have that. I think I actually need to get it still. Yeah, I have not done that. The Honor Our Ancestors achievement. I do like collecting cosmetic hearthstones. Present offerings. I'm on to the effects of the Essence of Awakening. Oh, yeah, no, I definitely didn't do that yet. I will be right back. I was just thinking, I can't believe how much progress I got. I can't believe how far 5 drops of slime gets you. I know that 5 and then 5 makes 10. We knew this. But it felt like the last handful of times I had done the slime event, the primalist event, I had gotten like 0s and 1s and 0s and 1s. So to get 2 5s, not back to back, but like within a group of 3, just nuts. Better write this down. He's the first comment from Varen. Okay. They nerf it? No, I don't think so. I think I just got lucky. I think I just got kind of lucky. How are my auctions doing? We have sold, we got another 45 coming in. I think I'd probably stand to reset this. And then maybe find a key to do. See if we can get some more crest fragments. If we do one of the dungeon keys, we could get lucky and we could get a dungeon now. I need those though. I saw one of my friends get shark bait and I was so jealous. I was so jealous on the inside. They didn't even know what it was. It dropped for them and they went, "What is this? I don't know what that is. What is it?" And I went, "It's a parrot." Congratulations. It's a beautiful parrot. Shark bait. We have a thing, and I'm sure we're not the only people that do this. Anytime anybody says shark bait for any reason, all those in attendance must say, "Ooh ha ha," because it, like Finding Nemo. I don't know if Finding Nemo got it from something, but it's a kind of a golden law. So we check up those. What else do I want to sell? Maybe another like 40 of those. This stuff. This stuff. That stuff. Yeah, pleased with that. Got shark bait on my first run a long time ago, so lucky. If anybody needs me, I'll be in the sea. Yeah, at least he's using it. That's true. It's his permanent mount. There you go. First ever VP got the mount. Oh yeah, there is a mount from VP. I do have that one. I remember I farmed the daylights out of all the cataclysm mounts. I got all those ones. The BFA ones, not so much. All right, let me get into a little Mythic Plus spec. This will be kind of fun because well, it'll be fun for me. I hope it'll be fun for you. I have not done any keys yet since I got my 2 set because I just got that last night. So I'm interested to see how it feels working with this Spirit Bloom hot and with Temporal Anomaly. I think what I've been doing is I've been too afraid to not cast a max rank Spirit Bloom, but it takes ages to charge up a max rank Spirit Bloom. And I think that if I have Echo on everybody, I may as well, like, because of a Temporal Anomaly, I may as well just snap off a rank 1 because it's going to copy anyways. So that's kind of where I'm at. Am I in the right spec? I am in my Mythic Plus healing spec. I have runes, I have food, I have flasks. I've been selling some flasks too. We like that. And then this add-on that I've got will help me if I wanted to only see Underrock keystones, it will filter to just those. It sorts them by stuff. And it'll show like the best key that the leader has. So here's a 20 Underrot. It says that the leader has done it on a 20. They have the score from that, etc., etc. I'm still kind of learning how to read this. I only just got this recently. This add-on should also filter these things to put the groups that need healers at the top of this list. I guess the question is, what kind of key do I want to do? I don't really need score. I'm not worried about pushing my score higher than 2k for now. 2k got me my Keystone Master, so I'm pretty much set. That's a nice add-on. It's one of those things that I think I'm going to feel like I like it, but I think I'm going to feel better about it when I have more stuff. If you wanted to be the only person of your class, you can do that. Sort by score, sort by time, sort by score. So like the highest scored groups. So this is a 15 VP by somebody that's done a 19 that only needs a healer, and it'll stick that group up by the top. And then you can just one click to sign up. 9. So I would need 11, minimum 11. Is that only VPs or is that everything? 13. So there's a decent Underrot 13. I think. Yeah, okay, they'll take me. Maybe we'll get the Underrot mount. Pre-made Group Finder is the name of that add-on. And I was a bit confused looking for it because I'd heard about it, but there's another add-on that's also popular that has a very similar name. And I don't really know what that one does. I haven't really gotten to the bottom of it. I need more dragon spit. I only have 4 delicious dragon spittle. I'm just going to buy it. You can make it with cooking, but I'm just going to buy it. It's really good water for dungeons. It's faster than the ley wine that you buy off of stuff. Yeah, give me a stack of 20 of those. That's nice. That'll work. Sentences you didn't think you'd be saying about once a day. We need more dragon spit. Hated making this to level cooking. Wanted to gag every time. It's part of my go-to thing now. We're going to Nazmir. Rather be mana starved, thanks. Oh, I haven't seen my Hearthsteed in a little while. I'm at level 430 now. I feel so capable. I'm wearing my Broodkeeper's Promise plus my Rashok's Heart. I have an Alchemy Stone. Oh, wrong way. I have an Alchemy Stone, but I don't really use potions that much. Even when I have like the freebie power potions from a Cauldron and Raid, I just don't think to use them. So it feels like a real waste for me to wear an Alchemist Stone. Okay, they need my help summoning? They have people to summon? It's over here. Everybody here? More or less? Yeah, we're all here. Yeah, you'd think that as an evoker I could have free dragon spit, you're right. Good point. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to use my Tepid Versa file. Howling Rune. We'll do a food buff. Depending on whether or not they drop a feast, we're gonna throw our Broodkeeper's Promise on. I'm just gonna eat a deviled egg. And what else was I gonna do? Triple check for the millionth time that I'm in my Mythic Plus spec. Oh, there is a feast. All right, we'll eat the feast. Triple check my Mythic Plus spec because last time I did this, I did it with Dreamflight and that was no fun. No good. All right, let's see if we still got it. I think I fixed the thing where TSM was giving me massive tooltips. I think that the setting I changed last stream turned it off, so I can see a little better now. All right, I think this is a 13. Hoping it's nice and straightforward. 13 should not have, yeah, there's no bolstering, so it's okay if they pull pretty big here. I do need to get used to my new spec, though. I do need to get used to my spec. Oh, don't be the bile. That was pretty good, though, HPS-wise. I think what we can do is we can anomaly, and then we can kind of do like a nice spirit bloom. Ideally, if I had done a Verdant Embrace within like the 13 seconds or so preceding that, I could do like a buffed Dream Breath and have the buffed Dream Breath caught in the stasis, and then as long as I do it again, kind of. So like I Verdant Embrace here, and then I do this, that should be a pretty decent heal from that stasis. And then we can kind of do a little bit of that. That should help. Yeah, that's good HPS. Whether it's good enough remains to be seen, but that's decent. Also, this Demon Hunter is... Oh, that's damage taken. I was thinking, wow, they're really doing well. It's damage taken. I was trying to troubleshoot something in our raid. Like, wow, this Demon Hunter tank is really good. I'm sure they are, but there's a reason for that. So you're using Group Finder you like? Who's the author? I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I just installed it yesterday. I looked for something called Pre-Made Group Finder. I'd have to double check. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this. And then there. Oh, I want to put a Spirit Bloom in the stasis, but it's not up for a few more seconds. I wonder if I can get away with it. Yeah, we can just do a little baby one. There we go. That should be okay. Yeah, this is really going to take some getting used to. I should probably do some more kind of 13s this week just to kind of get the hang of it. Because I'm really used to putting Reversion in and not Spirit Bloom, and Reversion has a much shorter cooldown than Spirit Bloom. I need to remember that I can still do the rest of my rotation. I've gotten very fixated with doing only the new thing of like copying the Spirit Bloom with the tier set bonus. And I need to remember that it's not my only button and that I have other buttons and I need to use those other buttons, especially in between charging that up. Because sometimes you get too excited, you start prepping for your next one and you put out a bunch of echoes, but then you can't do anything until you can Spirit Bloom in another like 13 seconds. And you're like, oh geez, I started this way too early. Is a thing that's been happening to me anyways. So I want to reset their stacks there, yeah. You can take off bleeds with, oh geez, okay. You can take off bleeds with, ooh. I think I know how I want to do this. Still throw a double reversion up, right? That's still worth doing. But then that should be a nice big chunk of healing. Yeah. And then we can also do it again. And then... yeah, we like that. That's just going to take some practice. I wonder if it's worth... I think it is probably. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I stood in the thing. Oops. I wonder if it's worth, should I run? Should I wait? We have a res. We're going to wait. If, I should squeak an extra temporal anomaly in between temporal anomalying my Spirit Bloom to get like a double Dream Breath. Because Dream Breath has also been buffed by my 2 set. And that might be nice because you can do this every 13 seconds. And with my Rashox trinket, the mana's not as much of a problem. Too much pull? Nah. Stood and dumb. Okay. So like here. Let's do this. There, that should be lots. I'm not doing nearly as much damage. I'm focusing way too hard on the healing, but I think that's okay on a group that's taking good amounts of damage. I think it's all right. So yeah, like a little bonus one of those. Yeah, I had Spirit Bloom up though. It's cool having your tier set change your rotations so much without actually changing your spec. It's kind of interesting. I guess I have managed to spend some mana. Oh, I didn't get most of them. I don't want to stand here. I don't want to stand here. I think that between this mount and the freehold mount, I would probably prefer this one. I think that the freehold parrot's really cool, but it's very similar to the... Well, I was going to say it's very similar to the island expedition parrot. But the I guess this one's kind of like the Underrock Krog is not dissimilar to the Korthia chomping runners. I forget what they're called. When did I get the Love Rocket? This most recent Love is in the Air event after they changed the drop rate. I was just doing 1 kill per day per character. Well, sorry, not per character. 1 kill per day, just on my account. 1 character, not lots of them. And I guess I got lucky because I got it on the second day. I got it on day 2. It was crazy. Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody hug this tight to this side. Let's see how this goes. 15 seconds left before our anomaly goes off. I do have an interrupt available in case of absolute dire emergency. I don't think I'm spending my, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I'm spending my echo, or my essences enough. I think that in between things, I can just kind of precast echoes. Because I bet you that'll be a meteor kind of thingy anyways. I'm going to not eat mushrooms. I'm going to assume these guys know what they're doing. So he's pointing at the side. Very good. That one group that we did, that one under-up hug I did on stream just absolutely scarred me. Yeah. We had to eat half the mushrooms just to make sure they didn't blow up. This will be fine now. Cool. Easy. Hey, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? How are things with you? I am having a whale of a time practicing or working on using my brand new 2-set bonus in keys. I had gotten to try it out in Raid a little bit recently, but this is my first key where I'm using it. And I'm having a good time getting the hang of where to put my buttons and when. Hmm. Seven to 9 Heroic. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That means you must have killed Skarn, right? 8. Or does that mean that you're working on Skarn? I forget. We're working on Skarn. Skarn, I am discovering, is a big fat wall. How are you finding season 2? Feels kind of slow or boring. It's definitely not as hectic. I would say that it's easier, but because of like the nature of keys, if it gets too easy, you can push higher keys. I'd say that it just kind of gives you an opportunity to do harder and harder keys, because it's more about just executing the dungeon itself as opposed to worrying too much. I mean, you have to worry about the affixes some, but the affixes have definitely been devalued relative to where they used to be. Oh, don't be there. Me? Oopsie-daisy, dude. Took Magmarax in 2 pulls. Oh, nice. We got Skarn. Magmarax is easy. Skarn was hard, but we one-shot Magmarax. Okay, that's good to know, actually. That's very interesting to know. And then I'm assuming Echo of Neltharion then becomes a bit of a thing again. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm gonna feel like I'm finished with season 2 a lot faster than I did with season 1. Also, that was a very lazy way of going about fixing that. Just press rewind. Ay. And I'm just gonna put like a regular little reversion up on people. Okay, how do I want to do this? Oh no, the fear! Oh, I can Emerald Communion while feared though. The one thing I hate about Tip the Scales is that it counts in your stasis. So if you were planning on doing a Spirit Bloom in your stasis, but then you tip the scales, you've used an extra one. Oh, geez. I think I'm just standing and stuff, and I've pulled another one. I pulled another one. I think I just need to pay more attention to up front. I think I'm just getting smoked by those. Oh, good trap. I don't know. It seems like it would just be a salad with jelly bellies on it. All right. A for effort. Let's go. No troubles. Any mounts? Any mounts? Do. No, we got 53 gold. Somebody got a leather vest. And then there must be one more piece. Somebody got a dragon shard and a cloak. Alrighty. Nice. Thanks, guys. Easy little batch of worm crests. That took us to what, 11:30? Hookem, you're not the only one that feels that way. If you can, and I know it's tough, but if you can find other groups of people that are just getting started and do low keys together, it can be really fun working on stuff like that in a group of sort of like-minded people that are in the same situation. But yeah, I think you would have a great time in low keys. I understand though, I've been there. I still kind of get that way whenever the key level gets a bit higher than my comfort zone. The nice thing about needing worm crest is that I've been able to just kind of slam a lot of keys that were in my comfort zone and just get some progress done that way. Because I need aspect crest if I want to upgrade anything, but I don't want to miss the next snail event because I only need one more slime. I want check what it's called. Is it pre-made group finder? It is pre-made group finder, made finding groups quick and easy. That's the one. So if you were looking for like a freehold, you could do like a 13 there by somebody who's done a 14 before. Yeah, you can look through them. Do I want to do another key? I mean, it would get me another worm crest. I need them for, what did I put on that I need worm crest for? Hero 4 or 5 needs an aspect crest. Champion, I think champion 8 of 8 might need a worm crest. I think I might need one more for my Magmarex collar just to get that to 437, I think. What, snail event? Oh, the Primalist invasion on the Forbidden Reach that drops the leftover elemental slime for the Snailemental. That's why I'm calling it Snailemental. It's not the new snails, but I need this mount still, and I have one slime left. One slime left. Alrighty. You can kind of do a key in 26 minutes if you start immediately and it doesn't take people a bunch of time. What else I could work on? I could do some herbing. I could do some... I mean, honestly, if I wanted to torment myself, I could do a solo shuffle, probably. I bet you my druid could get into one right away. I don't need to hold on to this champion dagger, do I? It's got avoidance on it, but it doesn't have any mastery, and I have a two-hander champion weapon that's fully upgraded that does have mastery, so I think I don't need this. I think I don't need the biting wind. I don't need my old shoulders. I'm just getting rid of old gear. I don't need this veteran staff. I don't need those bracers. Although I've been sending the those 376 BOEs to my bank hold, actually, because I feel like those might also be kind of nice. Obviously, we can gear up with Primalist gear as well, but they might be kind of nice to just give to fresh 70s just to have, and for the transmog and whatnot. They've got some kind of pretty appearances. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send that to my priest. Those shoulders are actually really pretty, and I kind of want to learn those. Moonless shoulders. The add-on was pre-made group finder. Pre-made group finder. Bummed no one's doing group content in the cavern. I saw a couple of groups today doing Zerlek Caverns rares. I saw a few of them, but there were also still quite a few groups doing Forbidden Reach rares as well. This character apparently has been camping the Kodo. Oh yeah, I was leaving her here to try and log in on server reset. I'm just never around when server resets. I'm usually asleep or outside or, I don't know, not on my desk. I have not got the Searing Slug yet. I'm procrastinating. I'm gonna procrastinate that one a good long time, I think. It looks cool though. Alright. I got a mailbox I can slap down. Certainly not destroying them. Those are pretty. Yeah, I might wear those. Should I make a new transmog? I mean, she does look very cute in her little pirate set. Sometimes I miss the gnome priest. It's true. Sometimes I miss her. Something about being a gnome is just fun. I'll make her a new outfit. She can wear something new. Because there were the moonless shoulders. And then I bet you she has like a nice blue robe that might look lovely with that. Something more delicate, I think. Doesn't have to be from this expansion. Something sort of a silver blue. Those actually remind me a lot of the Gorgers, the Gorgers in Korthia, as it happens. Turn that off. We'll take that off for now. We won't worry about the shovel. That's not the right robe. It's a nice robe. It's not the right robe. We're looking for like either a very light kind of violet, purple, blue, or silver actually. Doesn't look bad with that. That's kind of like a nice backless thing. You've got that silver matches. That's more of a green blue, and that's more of purple. Yeah, it's okay. And then maybe like a... Gotta get the right thing. There actually are lots of nice little cloth belts that aren't super huge now. It used to be a bit different. I actually kind of like that too. Maybe not with that set. It's too dark of a... It's too blue of a blue. I need purplier blues. That's more the vibe. It's interesting how differently those sit. Those hit pads are huge on elves. Maybe I should stop looking for blue. Maybe look for a little... Yeah. Don't hate that. And then if you wanted to... You could do... Sometimes it's nice to not even do a staff and to do a back piece instead. But I feel like for this, I actually quite like the little open back robe. I think she's cute for summertime. So I think she could get away with doing kind of like a purple blue sort of something. They're so big on gnomes. They're hard to even see. We've got all these artifact appearances. Would that be overwhelming? I haven't mogged a Touré appearance in a while. They're huge. They're so big. That kind of goes a little bit. Does it? No, it doesn't. You're making stuff up. This is my second favorite game. Finding the right things to wear. There's probably new gear that matches those shoulders better that I just don't have. It's probably a green. Can also do something more straightforward. Ophelia, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Only gonna get Slowderix today? Maybe. Hey. Before some people. No, the Slitherdrake stage, if you're on the chapter of the Slitherdrake questline, it doesn't take a wild amount of time. It's not bonkers long. It was a little bit of time. These Vesper staffs are kind of neat. Apparently I can't choose. I've looked at everything. Let's just commit. Do I like this? You know what? I kind of do. The colors aren't a perfect match, but it has a big blue eyeball, and she's got a little bell, and she's got some cute little shoulders. Oh, her gloves are terrible. Her gloves don't work. I might know gloves that can work with this. Let's do, well, not those ones. I was thinking there's like some really delicate ones that are basically just bracers. No, I was thinking the little ones that like sit on her knuckles. There's like a little delicate silver thing that really just kind of dusts across her knuckles. Those are actually fine too. Yeah, sure, that'll work. Those must go with that set. Yeah, I think she looks nice. This is a bit of a mog detour. I'm not currently planning a trip to BlizzCon. I don't think I'm going. I am not planning to go. I'm planning to watch from home. Sidelong scowl. Gnomes just have such personality. I just really enjoy the energy of them because it's, you know, it's not one-dimensional in that they look cute and they are cute. It's two-dimensional in that they look cute, they are cute, but also sometimes they're mad. It's got one extra little layer to it. All right. Half gloves are all good bits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a clothy. They get mad, stab kneecaps. If we talk about it too much, we're going to talk me into making another one. Yeah, buying BlizzCon tickets is a bit of a fiasco. The secondhand market's a thing, but also there can be markups there. Big Mount getting energy for today? Well, thanks. Actually, there's not a bad idea. Let's go do one night hold run. We've got, that should take somewhere in the range of 15 minutes. You think getting a hotel room is going to be a nightmare? In my experience, if you do it right away, it's, well, I guess I don't know about this year. In the past, when I did it, I booked my room ASAP, and I didn't have any problems doing so. But there's markups for them. The first year that I went, I stayed a little farther away from the convention center, and then the second time around, I stayed actually within the same block. And even though it cost a little bit more, it was nice to be like right on top of it. Can't get me a night hold again. One balance of power is enough. Refuse to give energy to scalpers. I mean, there's also genuine secondhand sales, and I'm sure some scalpers want you to think that they're genuine secondhand sales, but there's people that plan a trip and then they can't go. There's people that buy tickets for their guildies who then dip out of it. There's a fair amount of ticket shuffling going on, even up to the very last minute. Hotel blocks reserved now. Gold NRP, years of your life. But we could get mounts. We could get mounts. Being closer to the con, so much better on the body. Yeah, it's a ton of walking anyways. And being able to just kind of pop back to your room and like, drop off some clothes or have, pick something up or drop off some shopping or just go like chill for an hour in private and get some quiet recharge time without having to, walk 20 minutes away and then walk 20 minutes back. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's hot in Anaheim. It's hot and sweaty, and sometimes after a convention day, you just don't have that kind of energy, especially if you're carrying a lot of stuff. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of chaos. I think I'm going to celebrate from home this year, though. I think I'm staying in. Should be at the door. I mean, the trouble with that, though, is that people have to travel and that they can only have so many tickets because of like fire safety and like convention size, right? So if tickets were only at the door and you have people that have paid thousands and thousands of dollars to come in and stay from like Europe and it turns out they can't get in. I mean, people do that. There are people that travel to BlizzCon, don't get tickets or just never had tickets and they just go to party with people at the hotel bars in the area. That is a thing that people do. But I think you have to be able to secure admissions in advance because people need that guarantee when they're traveling in. Second time I got tickets to the Halloween Disneyland event for 3 days before BlizzCon. You see a ton of Blizzard fans at Disney as well during that whole weekend. It's kind of the BlizzCon 2.0. A lot of people kind of combine it and do both trips. Dazarlam, that's a good question. I don't know offhand. I betcha on the BlizzCon website, if they have that up yet, I would hope they would have a section that has some details about it. Talking about BlizzCon, BlizzCon's November 3rd/4th. They announced the official dates, November 3rd/4th this fall. Hope you're having a nice Friday. Hello. All right, we got 13 minutes to blast through this Nighthold skip. BlizzCon's nice. Not wearing pants at home is better. I mean, there's perfectly fine restaurants and stuff in the area, but I just like eating at home better. Eating while traveling is just a bit of a mess for me. Not that my diet is super restrictive. I'm not that picky. I'm pescatarian, and it's not that hard for me to find stuff that I can eat. But I feel like just the stress of being away from home, out of my safe box, combined with so many options, combined with everything's a little expensive, combined with your body's just like so hopped up on adrenaline and stress, it's just hard to eat. But you need to eat to keep your energy up so that you can survive a couple of days and, give your immune system something to work with. And it's just a bit of a nightmare. I'd rather stay home. Steam some broccoli, make a grilled cheese. Roast some sweet potatoes, that kind of thing. There is a BlizzCon line. They do charge for BlizzCon line tickets that give you access to panels. It gives you the digital goods. And by panels, I mean streaming panels and stuff like that. The big keynote speeches, though, the big announcements, they stream those publicly even for people without BlizzCon Line tickets. So if you just want to see, like, the WoW expansion announcement, you don't have to pay for BlizzCon Line. But if you wanted to watch, like, the developer panels, you want to watch the stream of the talent show or the cosplay contest, you wanted to get, like, the digital WoW pets or the WoW mounts sometimes that they've done, the different digital BlizzCon goodies, then those are all part of the BlizzCon Line ticket. But yeah, the big ones, they put them on YouTube. I think they stream them on Twitch, too. Pescatarian for personal reasons? Yeah, kind of. My reasons have evolved over time. I started eating pescatarian as a kid because I just wanted to. And it's just kind of felt right for me ever since. Just stuck with it. Not going somewhere with cool scenery, may as well stay home. I mean, yeah, I guess I see it. There's something to be said for getting me out of my comfort zone once in a while to make a couple memories. And I'm glad that I have done BlizzCon in person before. I feel like I would be missing out if I had never let myself go at least once. But now that I've been twice, I don't think it's that important to me that I go again. I think that I probably should travel more in my life some places. I don't know if just doing BlizzCon over and over is the move, especially because I don't know that many people. Like my personal friends don't, for the most part, don't really go, or maybe they'll go for just one day. It would be maybe different if a bunch of my guildies, like if my key group and my raid group went, but they usually do Comic-Con, and I've never been there either. They usually do Comic-Con as kind of the friend group meetup. So in the absence of that, it's it kind of depends on who you can go and hang out with. You go to a lake that's kind of traveling. Yeah, I consider my day trips traveling. I think that a lot of the places that I can go to with like with a short to medium drive are so beautiful that you can totally see people flying in just to have the chance to go there. Do a full body cosplay. Hide yourself from everyone, still go. I don't mind meeting people at BlizzCon. I think it's really fun. I don't think I would like wearing a costume, actually. I think that I would be uncomfortable and over it like immediately. I don't really have a lot of tolerance for wearing uncomfy stuff anymore. We're going... I don't even think I would wear skinny jeans this time. I mean, partly because it's not 2017 anymore, but partly because, isn't being pescatarian very expensive? All about that salmon. I mean, it depends on how much fish you're eating. Just because you can eat fish doesn't mean you're doing it all the time. I do eat plenty of vegetarian or vegan meals as well. But a lot of the fish that I eat, not all of it, I'll buy canned tuna when it's on sale, and I'll make like casseroles and melts and stuff with that. But a fair amount of the fish that I do eat is fish that I've caught. I go fishing. I catch trout. I caught my first rockfish last Monday, and I brought that home and I cooked that up, and that was really yummy. And that's not free either, but at least the money that I put into fishing, or like buying my licenses and my gear and stuff like that, I consider that as like hobby money, and then the fish that I get is a bonus. But you get some nice fish if you're lucky, and that's a pretty nice bonus. Big Airbnb, went fishing for the weekend. That sounds really fun. Making me crave some catfish. Catfish I've never had. Catfish I've never tried. I'm a bit scared of it. And that's true. Yeah, everything's expensive. That rockfish I had was so delicious. It was so good. I was really worried it would be difficult to fillet. And it wasn't that bad. It was actually not that tough to fillet. You got to be careful of the spines on the top of them. Do you find fishing regularly helps you cut costs in the grocery department? It would if I was otherwise buying fish. Like if on a week that I didn't catch fish, I went and purchased the fish. Nope. Then yeah, it probably would help a lot, because like a whole 1 pound trout, or like a fresh whole rockfish, is probably worth anywhere from $15 to $30 each. And trout, at least, your daily limit is 4, and sometimes you can hit limit, so it's not an insignificant amount of fish. Plus, I have a vacuum sealer, so I can vacuum seal freeze them. But the truth of the matter is, if I don't go fishing, I just don't eat fish. I just don't buy super expensive groceries, because I'm a bit cheap in that department. I will buy pastas, and I will buy bread on sale, and I will buy a couple of vegetables and some legumes, and the most expensive thing I buy regularly is cheese, because I like cheese, and I've refused to give it up even when it's very pricey. Mm-hmm. There's also something to be said for being aware of what type of fish you're eating and how much of it you're eating, just because of mercury. I don't stress about it too much, but I also don't go in, every single day. Proud to catch something because I thought it was catch and release. They prepared it in front of me. That is part of the truth of the food chain. Oh, catch and release is good too. I feel like everyone should know how to do both if they. Well, I guess you don't have to know how to prepare fish if you don't intend on ever having any of it. But can of tuna every day for the past 3 years, swapping a salmon. No. Yeah, there's good things and bad things about all different kinds of food. I would love to catch a salmon. I have the license for it. I have the conservation stamp. I would just need to go on a trip where I would be likely to catch a salmon, and during the right season, and then get the right type of salmon and whatever. There's different limits for different types of salmon. But this is salmon fishing, country. And plus, those are big fish. It's like a trout on absolute steroids. How do you kill them? I'll cover it real briefly, at the risk of it's a little gross, but the way I process fish when I catch them, what I found to be the most humane is you have a club to bonk them with just to stun them. And then I have a sharpened spike. It's actually an ice pick that I've sharpened with a sharpening stone. And what you do, or what I do, is you spike them in the brain, basically. And the idea behind that is that it happens quickly. They're brain dead. They're not feeling anything anymore. They're gone. And that they're not struggling out of the water, suffocating, or anything like that. It's kind of like an abbreviated ikejime method of processing because I don't have a spinal cord wire. And I don't feel confident to do that properly, but I found that just doing the brain spike is the most humane way of taking them out really quickly. Yeah, we're not gonna stick around here around this topic too long because it's a bit brutal, but a lot of food production is a bit brutal, and I think it's reasonable to accept and understand what goes into making food, especially if you're going to eat animal food. Yes. For some fish, you have to leave their head on them until they get home for regulations here, just in case they want to like measure your fish or whatever. Some of them you can take them home head off, but some of them need head on. Caught nothing. Did see a humpback whale. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah. I think I probably spend more on groceries than most people here. For myself, but I think that's just because of cost of food here on the island. I think it's come down a bit, but I think that cost of food here is just so expensive that even if you are, deal hunting and, you're buying in bulk when things are cheap and you're just doing your best, it's still gonna cost quite a bit to feed somebody unless they're willing to eat just rice and beans. Even rice and beans is not as cheap as I want it to be. Oh. Yeah, Lexi, exactly. I do that once in a while. The real move I've discovered is to get a big thing of steel cutouts on sale and then overnight prep them in the rice cooker. It's good stuff. Worked on Najatar Mechagon Safari Chiefs today. Needed to kill every single common fish I saw in Pit Battle. I live on Vancouver Island, so it's a very big island. Vancouver Island is kind of an island the same way that like England is kind of an island, or Britain, I guess. It's very big. It's very big. What am I doing? 3 minutes, and then we're going to have our elemental slime event up. I have a Zoji Rushi rice cooker. It was a gift, and it's awesome. It's fantastic. I like it very much. It's just like a little baby one, and it's perfect. I can schedule like oats. I put like oats and fruit in it overnight. I can schedule rice, so like if I know I'm making sushi in the evening, I can just kind of sometime in the afternoon chuck on the rice and just schedule it, and it'll also keep it warm for a long time. So you can just kind of make it at any point, and then it's still like fresh and delicious later. It's super, super convenient. I used to do rice in the Instant Pot, and you can still do that, but it's just it doesn't come out quite as fluffy as the rice cooker does it. And then, of course you can make rice in the stove too if you want to, but I am incapable of doing that without boiling it over and making a big sticky mess. I'm just not together enough in the brain. I remember the first place I ever moved out on my own into was like a little basement suite while I was going to university for a few months before I dropped out of university. And it did not have an oven or a stove. I had a hot plate and a toaster oven, and I didn't really have any appliances. So I would make rice just like in a little tin pot on my hot plate. And I was like 17 and alone for the first time. And I was like, okay, I guess you just heat it up, ? And I made a huge mess. And then I thought, I'll never make it on my own. And then I cleaned up the mess, and then I had dinner anyways. And it was okay. It was all right. I don't remember what I used to eat. I don't think I remember that was my first time in my life that I was buying groceries for myself and like cooking for myself. Like I used to prep food for myself, but I would never grocery shop for myself. And trying to figure out how to piece together a grocery list and a meal plan and feed yourself when you're 17 and panicking is hard. That's something that thankfully you get better at as you get older. Yeah, if you're happy cooking rice in the stove, then by all means, it's one of those things that if you're good the way you are, then you're good the way you are. I feel that way about a bunch of things. Live that hot plate life. You need to have a strong argument for keeping something there. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I love my kitchen gadgets, but I'm really picky about which ones that I will have because I don't like keeping them on my counter either. As long as if I don't use it every day and I can pick it up, then I will store it in a cupboard instead of on the counter. And there's only so much cupboard space. So the toaster and the coffee maker both get used every day, so they're allowed. And then my stand mixer is too heavy to pick up, so it can stay on the counter because it's really heavy. But I don't have a microwave. I don't have an air fryer because they're big and I don't feel like I need one. But then there's other niche appliances that nobody needs that I have because I like gadgets. I love my bread maker. Eat something, can't remember how to cook rice in the pan. Also giga broke. Coffee maker do you have? It's a drip maker of some description. I forget the details. It's I looked for one that had a stainless steel carafe and not a glass coffee pot because I break glass coffee pots. So I need it to be not breakable. I need to be able to drop it or bang it down in the sink or whatever and not break it. So I got one that has like a big stainless steel thing. It's great. I can clean it pretty good. I preheat it before I make coffee and then it keeps the coffee hot for a long time. I am not really picky when it comes to coffee, so I'm real happy with just like a standard issue drip coffee maker, and I'm good with that. I know lots of people like their pour over and their French press and lots of different things, but I put in coffee, I put in water, I press a button, it makes coffee. Juicy Snug Bubble, thank you for the 6-month resub. Can you bulk work order potions? Typical commission? I mean, as long as you're providing all the materials, you'll probably find somebody that takes it just on novelty. I've done 50 gold commissions. Mostly the things that people work order are the soulbound files, though, like the finesse files or the perception files. Whether it's probably cheaper, it might be cheaper to get them off the auction house, though, because auction house prices are determined by people that are making them that have like lots of multi-craft and stuff. So it's kind of rolling the dice as to whether you're going to get that multi-craft when you work order them. But I mean, if you want to know your local alchemist, by all means. I don't think you would need to put a very high commission. It would just be about the mat price. Cannot figure out how to make things in multiples in crafting order to save my life. I think some things you can't. I think whenever I used to do like Wildercloth bolts, I had to order like one bolt at a time. And it was fine because I had a quest to do 10 work orders for like the trading post or whatever. Not a quest, but I was doing them for the trading post. So it worked out. But yeah, there's some things that I don't know if you can do it in bulk actually. I don't know if you can just order like 200. Maybe you can actually. Maybe they changed it because I swear somebody got a stack of 20 files off me this morning. But maybe I just multi-crafted. And I multi-crafted 35. I forget actually. I'd have to poke around. You could maybe solo the slime event if you are very geared and very durable. It is much easier and faster if there's some other people around, and it does seem like there usually are other people around. I just need one more slime. It's possible that this could give me a 0 and that I wouldn't get my mount. But as long as I get at least one leftover slime, I'm at 49. We just need one more. Yeah, you can favorite certain orders. So I keep things like my treatises on my favorite screen so I can really quickly order them again. So you could probably just set that potion order as your favorite and then quite quickly post it multiple times. You gotta pay the posting fee over and over again. Yeah, it's not exactly the smoothest interface. You'll get one because it's possible to get 0. I hope I'll get one, but it is possible to get 0. It's happened to me recently. Hi. Got 0 so many times I thought I was cursed. I think we'll get one too. Oh, I can kick him with that. That's nice. I miss being a gnome, but I don't know how I'm gonna not be an evoker again one day. I don't know how you ever get away from being a dragon. I think that if I swapped back to a gnome, like next expansion, I think I would get murdered around every corner because I wouldn't be used to not having my glide toggle, or I wouldn't be used to not being able to double jump, or I wouldn't be used to not being able to hover, or to renewing Blaze Obsidian scales, you know? It's... you get so used to your utility. And I know priests have their own buttons, but they don't go... I mean, they do have wings, but they don't have wings. Yeah, exactly. I'm worried I'm gonna get too used to having it. Okay, there's one more elemental up. There's also a windswept aqua balloon. I'm excited. This is the last major thing I need from outdoor Forbidden Reach. I have all the pets. I have the mount. I have all the scroll hunter done. I just need the last book from the vaults, and then I need one more leftover slime. Alright, Kerner Craighart. Where you at? What's up, Buttercup? Ripping aggro. How much damage am I doing? I'll never know. I don't have a details button on me right now. The spore toy from the troll skeleton? But I got that. I got that one. We did it. Oh, we got ads. Don't summon anything. Don't summon anything. Oh, I see. I can't kick you. Can I kill you? Ooh, not fast enough. Okay, summon whatever you want. Never mind. Have at it. It's Forbidden Reach now. Really forbidden. I liked this as a little patch zone. It was nice and bright and sunny and outside. The worst part of it was that there was just a bajillion caves that all had entrances and different little hidden waterfalls and other sides of the cliff and everything. Once you'd learned how to get into all of the relevant caves, which took some doing, but once you'd figured that out, it was fun. It was nice. Everyone's in the raid instead. I think a lot more people are in the Forbidden Reach than are in the Zerolite Caverns. Maybe that's an overstatement, but I feel like a surprising amount of people have not moved on to the new zone. I did 46k. That's not that impressive. It's alright. I guess for single target. No! No! Oh, no. Oh. Anyone else posting a group for it? We jinxed it! I was too cocky. I was too confident. I'm checking to see if there's anybody else listing groups for the for it. Yeah, if you have one up on your shard and you list a group, I'll join. I'm just keeping an eye on the group finder to see if anyone else is doing the frost, like the thing. Is it up still? It is up still. Okay. All right, we're back in business. Thank you. Let's try again. You can loot more than once per day. I've looted multiple slimes off the same boss twice back to back. There's just some RNG. It's possible to get 0. It's rude, but it's possible. Any luck? Da-da-da. There we go. Woo! Thank you. Thanks very much. All right, let's go find a nice thing to perch on. All right, day saved. I'll show you what the slimes are for. All right, we got 50 of them. One moment, please. All right, we got 50 of them. You combine your slime. Do-do-do-do. One Goeey Snailemental. What does it say? It's a mount. Formed from the leftover elemental energies of the primal storms, this magical mollusk is faster than it appears. Mollusk? Are snails mollusks? Today I learned something, assuming that's the case. Storms come out every 2 hours on the dot. On my time zone, it's even hours. So basically, this most recent hour and then 2 hours from now, and it rotates. Stream froze after you got 0. How'd you get the last one? I got an invite onto another shard that still had the event up, so I killed the boss again. Thanks, Lexi. And now, I'm done. Ooh. Gravity. Got 0 scammed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Big rats on the snail. I wasn't sure I was ever going to get that one done. I was stuck at like 34, maybe 36 for quite some time because I had just I didn't want to come back to the Forbidden Reach and do it, but I'm glad I did. Gravity does not apply. Air shell. Precisely. Oh, fantastic. We did something today. Actually, we did a few things. We had a couple keys done. No, we got 1 key done. We crafted some stuff, made some gold, got some reputation. Oh, actually, real quick before I go, I am wrapping up the stream, but real quick before I go, I unlocked some new options for my Slither Drake, and I would be doing him a disservice if I didn't at least go take a look at them. So let's see here. My winding Slither Drake. We got some new horns. We got curved horns. Curved horns make him look like he drinks espresso from an upper floor apartment, especially with the beard. Something about that just makes me think, this guy has expensive furniture. He's serious, yeah. What else did we get? We also got some brown fur, which would be more relevant if I had fur. So if I had like, what's a good furry option that I have? Actually, I don't have hair available for most of them. So I guess the brown fur doesn't really matter. You could also have like furry, hairy brow, that kind of thing. But we got a new jaw as well. We got long horns on the side of the jaw if we want. I think that's kind of funny. Fur ears, hairy ears. No, the Slither, as far as I know, cannot be white like the NPCs. You've got black, blue. Blue's quite nice, actually. Black, blue, bronze, green, and then red. He needs a new snout. What are his nose options? He's got... There's bear, and then there's spines. Oh. Oh, man. Jaw horns are nice like the cat whiskers. I hate all... Yeah, I was expecting to like some of them more because, like, for the Proto Drake, assuming that you're not storm metering it up, for the Proto Drake, you're different... I guess it's snout options. They change the look of the thing quite dramatically. You know, you've got, like, your beak and you've got, like, your little baby face, and then you've got, like, your big, you know, your shark mouth or your big toothy thing. Whereas, I guess it doesn't have a snout option technically. It does not have a snowed option. Do I like those horns or do I want to put them back? I might put them back. Yeah, I like them. That's fine. Have flat noses for crash landing purposes. Perhaps they have flat noses because of the crash landings. Well, it doesn't look exactly like everybody else's. I mean, it could if everybody else made theirs look like this, but I'm happy with that. I am going to wrap up for today. I will be back tomorrow. I betcha we do some more Nighthold runs tomorrow. I've got 3 more Nighthold skips to do to try for that Gul'dan mount, and then I imagine we'll find something going on. Maybe I'll get into some hunter alt leveling. That might be a fun thing for stream. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an awesome beginning of your weekend and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.